This morning, the early bird is a real treat because if you're an early bird on New Year's Day, you deserve a little treat. And we've got some premiere items coming up for you. Shall we just get straight into it this morning? Let's do it. Here we go. This is for all of the early birds. We have got the mini craft bag. We had a small quantity yesterday in the awards show. But maybe you missed out. Maybe you weren't able to watch the awards show. And if that's the case, do you know what? I was thinking, today is actually the perfect day to sit back and watch JewelleryMaker. Yeah. Because there's nothing open. No, you said, didn't you, the roads are empty. Yep, nobody's out. Nobody's out and about, except for people who work at JewelleryMaker. And of course all the doctors and the nurses and the firemen, those people, the people who actually keep the country going, they're all up and about. Yeah. And JewelleryMaker. And jewellery makers. So let's, oh my word, the phone lines have erupted. I'll tell you what, I knew the crafters out there wouldn't let us down. They're up, they're alive and kicking. In fact, most people multi-buying this item. I wonder if it's because so many people have decided they're going to be doing craft fairs in 2015. Or they're getting themselves organised. New Year's resolutions. That's get what organised. It is. Sort my workshop out. Make it look like Isabella Jewellery. Have you seen? This workshop on Facebook. It's the most organised workshop I've ever seen. It's how I'd want my workshop to be. I've started organising mine, but now it looks worse than before I started. There's just stuff everywhere. It's chaos in there now. Do you know what? On this note, shall we open up a text topic for the morning so everybody can get involved? Because as I say, the phone lines are extremely busy. People are checking out the baskets already. Thanks so much for getting involved this early on New Year's Day. But we are going to get 2015 started with a bang. We want to know your jewellery making New Year's resolutions, as you'd well expect. On the first day of the year. So let us know what you have set yourself as a jewellery making task. Maybe it's to start a new technique, or I don't know, organise your workshop. Let me know what you're going to be doing. The number you need to text is 60777. Start your message with the phrase JM Studio. Alternatively, you can message in if you're logged in online, which I can see hundreds of you already are, and in which case we better give all the phone buyers the price for the mini craft bag. I will take you through the dimensions of it in 1 second. So we're just excited because it's just $7.95 this morning. That's probably why most people are buying two. Phyllis has got two, Annalee's got two, Margaret's got two. All of your names are going off the screen now. Now let me show you exactly what you're going to get. Oh, there's a queue on the phone lines. Around about 90 seconds. Nothing to worry about. It's a free phone number here at JewelleryMaker. You will be answered in the order in which you dial. And our very talented help team, they're all here. They're not letting us down. They're here to answer your calls, but we've just got so many people coming through, we can't keep up. Now, let me show you this bag, because you've got so many little compartments here. I mean, actually, some of these would be good. This could be your little findings craft bag, I suppose. You could take your little findings in this. Some of those little pots, you know, in the matrix boxes would fit in there perfectly. Absolutely. Or your little gem collector box. Oh, actually, do you know what this is for? If you are the kind of store holder who likes to have high-end samples of gemstones to show your customers, or even sort of organic samples, so rough cut nuggets and stuff, you could put all those in here and take them. These little boxes would fit in perfectly, wouldn't they? The little gem collector boxes, the presentation boxes. They would. They'd fit in there beautifully. As I say, huge numbers of people on the phone lines. I think we're in for a busy morning, guys. And we've already had a little bit of interaction from one of our viewers. So somebody's texted in to say, my resolution is to try and meet some of the JM friends I made in 2014. That and get my my cords more organised. So that's from Caroline in Kent. That's good. So I presume Caroline means she's made lots of friends on Facebook, for example. She wants to try and put together a jewellery party. Maybe you could. That's nice to do. That is good, isn't it? Yeah. Especially when you've got like-minded friends who you've never actually met in real life, if you like. I know it is real life, but you know what I mean. Yeah. That'd be quite good. And also, you could put together quite an event, really, couldn't you? Because you know people are going to turn up because everybody loves jewellery making.
Yeah.
It's quite good, I like that.
Yeah. Bit of
That's
cake,
a good one.
Tea,
bit of cake, straight away, in with a cake. Nothing's changed at JewelleryMaker. Tanya, nothing's changed in 2015. I noticed none of the jewellery makers are thinking, I've got to eat healthily. Everyone's like, yeah, we could all meet up, have a bit of cake. Tanya's texting with her resolution as well, saying, mine is to try as many new mediums as I can. And
extend
my knowledge of gemstones. Good job you're here today, Deb. We discovered last night that my New Year's resolution for 2015 is to go to the opticians.
You've been saying that for months.
I originally went and they were like, there's nothing wrong with your eyes are fine. I come in here and I'm like, I can't read a thing. They can't be. Okay, so Linda says, Happy New Year to you all. I need to get better and then start more working with wire. Got the gems, hit the wire, got the tools, just need the impetus. Linda, I like that. That's quite punchy. I like that. I like that one. I think there's going to be a lot of people who want to turn their hand to wire work in 2015. It is one of our most popular disciplines.
So many different possibilities and
it's all about
different
design
ways
scope,
to go.
isn't it?
And yeah.
And also, I think the best thing about wire is that it allows you to express your own personality in your designs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you're doing classic beading, you can end up with similar designs to other people. When it's wire work, it's always going to look different to everyone else's, I suppose.
Yeah.
Stephanie also texted. It says, was going to not buy anything more on JM till February. That's been blown out the water already. Hey ho, second resolution is to make more jewellery. There you go. They're kind of contradictory resolutions, aren't they? Because if you're going to make more, then you want to come to the source of the most competitive prices on the market, and that is JewelleryMaker. Okay, congratulations everybody that's got hold of that. We do still have some stock remaining, so we'll revisit that later in the show. Congratulations to all the early birds out there. In fact, I'll tell you what, because you're up so early and we know you're up now, let's give you another treat. Another little treat this morning. This is the Prong setting DVD. I'm sorry, I just took that out, but I just suddenly thought, why did I take it off the display? It's perfect. The Prong setting DVD, I'll say, is excellent value for money because there's so many projects on it. There are seven projects, including the introduction. So this is a, well, I suppose this is a wire work DVD, really.
It is, yeah. It is.
And so we've put this together. It's got around about an hour's worth of tutorage on this. It shows you how to make the prongs, do your wire wrapping, add a gemstone, weaving the pendant. So that's all about the finish, that part, isn't it? Creating the ring base, forming the wire and finishing the ring. So it takes you through the whole process. Of course, you don't just have to apply these techniques to rings. You can do them with pendants as well, and in actual fact, Deb is going to demonstrate that for us this morning on the show. So that'll, you know, if you're umming and ahhing about whether you're going to be able to get your head around it, Deb's going to take us through the whole process anyway, aren't you, Deb?
Yeah, I've got a really simple method to show you.
There you go then. So we'll break it down for you, but the great thing about our DVDs, of course, is that you've got the expert in your living room. You can pause them, rewind them, many times over as you need to, so that you can actually master the technique. This has never been available on the live show previously. I think it had some limited release on the website, but never has it been seen before on the live show. And we're going to make it available as ever, and add it to your order price. That's the beauty of our DVDs. They are just $4.95. And I mean, honestly, do your own research, but you can pay hefty sums for tuition DVDs. I was in a craft shop 2 days ago now, confused with this time of year. 2 days ago I was in a famous craft shop and I was looking at the books, the jewellery making books. They can be pricey, can't they?
They can.
They can be very pricey. Actually, there was one about making rings. and it was $24.99, and I bet you're going to get everything you need to know here.
And sometimes it's easier to actually see it with somebody's hands moving and showing you something rather than still images.
I think you're right.
I think it's much easier to learn like that myself.
And also, it's a bit more natural for a lot of our viewers because, of course, lots of people have learnt jewellery making by watching. You know, in the early days, it would have been Linda and Sheila taking you through the basics. Now, of course, we've got a huge array of talent here at JewelleryMaker.
Growing as well.
Absolutely. And so, for one of our popular designers to take you through all of the techniques that are needed to actually master something which you'll find, if you are going to sell your designs in 2015, will be hugely profitable, because whenever I go to craft fairs, solitaire rings
definitely
fly off the stores, don't they?
Yeah, rings. Everybody's sort of attracted to the ring, especially if it's something unusual, which a lot of Michelle's designs are. So.
Absolutely. This is the good thing about the way that Michelle put together this DVD. They're not just, they don't have to be simple. So you can keep them as basic as you like, or you can really heavily embellish them.
Embellish them,
So this is the image that you can see on the cover. That is gorgeous. I mean, some of the wire work that Michelle put together for this DVD is beautiful.
Michelle was my secret Santa. You know, all the guest designers did
I only found this out because a few evenings ago I was joined by Jan on Sunday night, and she was wearing beautiful pendant that Rachel Norris had made for her. That's when I found out about the secret Santa.
Michelle's made me a bracelet, a cuff
kind of bangle.
Yeah, I'd bought it but I didn't realise we were having her DVD on. So
can I ask who you had as your secret Santa recipient?
I'm not sure if they've actually posted yet, because I know they were going away over Christmas.
Right. Okay.
So I'm keeping it quiet until I've seen that.
And who did you make for? Or
no, that's what I mean. Michelle made for me.
Oh right, and you don't know. Right. Sorry.
Yeah,
you just said that.
One of the others.
It's early.
It is very early.
Well, not so early that Dorothy hasn't texted in though. She's texted in to say, "This is the best DVD I have had from you." It says Michael, but I think it means Michelle. Michelle is very clear in her instructions. Absolutely. Fantastic. All of our DVDs, to be honest, are really easy to follow, and they do make learning new techniques much easier, as Deb's already said. Stephanie has texted in to say, Prong setting DVD is brilliant. It takes you through from beginning to end and inspiring. I hope JM is going to bring us suitable gemstones. Love it. Well, actually, we have had lots and lots of cabochon deals recently. We had one last night that was absolutely gorgeous, so anybody that got hold of that, it was a little bit limited in stock, but of course I know for a fact that a huge number of people who were watching last night are watching this morning, because they promised me on Facebook they would be. They wouldn't let me down. So if you got hold of the cabochon deal yesterday, I mean, as I say, there you go. It's just Prong set. It doesn't have to be rings, pendants as well. I mean, that is fantastic, isn't it? That setting is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Actually, we've got some bezel set gemstones. Yeah, and I wonder if you could Prong set these, Debs.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
These are gorgeous.
And they look
colours.
amazing when you Prong set them. You know, with sterling silver wire, they look absolutely incredible.
So there you go. That's not all we've got. We've also got. Look at these. This bezel set black onyx, set into sterling silver. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's amazing.
That's kind of like, because of the checkerboard faceting on both of those, that's pretty traditional kind of cocktail style ring designs you can make.
Yeah.
They will literally fly off your stall if you're selling. Okay, Stephanie, in fact, we'll do that one next for all of the people who got hold of the DVD. Stephanie's text in from Cambridge. It says, just to say, I have lots of stash, hence needing to use it up rather than just buying more. Oh, sorry, Stephanie texted in before, didn't she, to say her New Year's resolution was to try not to buy. Sorry, I am just catching up with you all, guys. It says, then my next resolution is to try and sell. That is I think we're going to have a lot of that today. I really do.
I think that's Possibly, because people are feeling a lot more confident having been sort of with the channel for a while now.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have sort of...
Well, I suppose a lot of the viewers are going on the same journey as us.
Yeah.
So as we started to sort of expand and become more established, you have, as jewellery designers. So you're starting to feel more confident, like Deb said, and more accomplished, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
So, in fact, on Sunday, when Jan was on the show, we were asking people, you know, texting, if you want to start selling, could Jan give you advice? And so many people were saying, how can I get over the, is it good enough fear? And
I
Jan was saying,
ever get over it.
Oh, right, okay. Well, Jan was saying the thing to do is just to feel confident.
Yeah.
Sometimes something might happen. If something was to come apart, fix it for people. You know, there's no reason to feel standoffish about it.
Even if, when I was working in the jewellers, sometimes people would bring things back because they caught it and it had broken.
The clasp came apart. I just took it back. They fixed it. You know, it's not that happens with things.
So that's
doesn't it?
not really an issue, I would say. But I think if my advice would be to make things that you're happy with and you like.
Love, yeah. If you love them.
Because if you love them, you're able to sell them.
I mean,
much more easily.
I can't speak from a crafting point of view, but I can certainly speak from a sales point of view.
Yeah.
And if you're passionate about what you're doing, then that will come through and people will believe in you as a designer.
Yes.
So, you know, I love gemstones. When I talk about gemstones, I'm enthusiastic about it. And I think that enthusiasm is infectious, isn't it? And that's the thing. Okay, there's hundreds of people, not literally hundreds, sorry, lots and lots of people with this in their basket. Don't forget, it's not yours till you check out. So if somebody was to come through and they wanted to buy 10 of these as gifts for somebody, potentially your DVD could be added to their order. So make sure you're checking out your baskets this morning. And if you did just get hold of that DVD, we're now going to bring you the Bezel set gemstone. This is a double trouble deal. We're not messing around here. This is sterling silver that these beautiful gemstones have been set into. And as you can see, oh, hello, I've pulled the tassel off. Get 2015 started as you finish 2014 then, Edward. Okay, sorry about that. It's just a tassel. Checkerboard faceting. So very traditional finish of the gemstones. Of course, if you're going to facet a gemstone in this way, if you're going to set it into precious metal like sterling silver, then you need to know the gemstones are top quality. And here you can see just that. Beautiful carat weights. You've got fantastic carat weights on the gemstones. The thing I like about this, and we had a couple of samples of these last night, if you create an open setting where you get the light passing through it, you're going to get that kind of light golden hue coming through. If you choose to set it close to the skin tone, then you get the chocolate brown tone. So they're quite versatile when you get this colour tone in smoky quartz. Love them. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will say that I think on the bezel set strands that is pretty standardised. There tends to be 7 on the strand.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. So those smoky quartz, they're 20 by 14 millimetres in size, so perfect, aren't they? And because they're the kind of elongated drops, they're perfect for rings. I would say because your onyx is a little broader, these would make fantastic pendants.
Or earrings.
To my view, earrings.
All of them will make amazing earrings.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you've got the top drilled drop. Actually, that's very easy to do as well, isn't it? It's not very time consuming. But still very high end because of the finish on the gemstone, because they've been set into sterling silver. And again, you get 7 individual checkerboard faceted gemstones on this strand. So actually, do you know what? You can make some fantastic monochrome looks here. If you've got some white pearls, we've had a lot of pearl opportunities recently. I'm thinking.
There's a kit coming up with some really nice pearls in that would look amazing with those.
That's actually the first kit we're going to do. I can show you a design of the pearls that we have coming up in the first kit right here. You've made a real feature of these pearls, haven't you?
Couldn't get more simple, but just pop in one of those on the bottom.
Yep.
Would finish it off, wouldn't it?
Would give it
really
or even you could put one of these onto like a lobster claw clasp. You could wear that all day, clip your pendant on for when you're going out at night. Yeah. Just to give it a different look. You see? I've got some crafty ideas. I'm going on the beginners workshop this week.
Are you?
Linda, yeah, on the 6th of January. So if you're attending that, oh, I've just heard a few cancellations. Come on, guys. I won't be that annoying. No, I'm joking. So yeah, I'm going on that workshop. I'm coming for you. I want that desk next. I'm joking. Okay, we're gonna have to get the price on screen. This is limited in availability. Now, normally, both, really, just $27.95. So normally these are $27.95 any other time. So $27.95 for the smoky quartz, $27.95 for the black onyx any other time. But that's not going to be your price point this morning. We've created a wholesale bundle. So rather than charging you $27.95, let's try it in English, per strand, we are going to do a deal, buy one, get one for £7. So it's less than £10 for one of these strands this morning. Normally $27.95 each. That is a fairly incredible deal. And of course, if you are planning on selling your designs, then this is the kind of quality of gemstones that will help you to achieve higher price points. And actually, I think that as we've started to expand and so kind of expand your jewellery making skills, but also improve your range of jewellery that you're offering your customers, I think that the people who are investing in bespoke designs are actually starting to up the ante as well. They're starting to up their expectations. So they want to see top quality gemstones. They want to see sterling silver bezel sets on your store. Yeah, it just screams quality, doesn't it? When
Absolutely.
You look at them? I'll have to agree. I mean, we spoke about this in the past, haven't we? But you know, we've both worked sort of selling luxury jewellery designs in the past. Yeah. And there is a special feeling to owning something that has this kind of quality about it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's the finishing, isn't it? And all in the detail, and the way they're completely wrapped in sterling silver.
It's so well done as well. It's
really
hugging the outer edge of the gemstone.
Really.
But it does give a different finish to the quality of your work, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But it doesn't limit any of the techniques. So if you do want to do your prong setting, perfect for those.
Yeah, just ignore, because the drill hole is completely neat, and you wouldn't even notice it.
And yet you could probably get, what would we say? So would you get 0.4 through there?
Yeah,
if you wanted to just make a wrap bail and put it on a length of chain, you could do that as well.
Yeah.
So it's not all about the prong setting, but just because there were so many of you adding that DVD to your order. If you got your order up and running this morning because you wanted to get hold of a $4.95 DVD, try and be able to speak, Edward. Come on, you've got 6 hours.
It's not looking good, is it?
It's going to be a long day if I can't speak. I tell you, I'm doing the first half of the Designer Inspiration show as well, so bear with me, guys. $34.95, normally $27.95 per strand. I'll tell you what, we have got nothing but luxury this morning, because I haven't even revealed the big launch that's coming up in an hour. So around about 10:30. Oh, sorry, was it 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m.? Okay, because everybody's coming through and checking out their baskets, that's the key thing. Placing items in your basket is just a signal of intent. My producer is going to have more license, shall we say, to react to things if people are checking out. And I was going to say, and also, regular viewers may be aware that my producer has a little bit of a penchant for the blue gemstones in this world. And this is almost the ultimate blue gemstone. Well, actually, I suppose it's a trichroic gemstone, so it's not just blue. You get the blues and violets, you also get the pinks, and you get the browns in there as well. So you've got everything depending on what hour. It is perfectly polished rounds of Tanzanite coming up now at 10 a.m. They're graduated in size. So really, this is a design in its own right. That is why your graduating is so important to so many designers. Although, I have to say, I wouldn't just restrand this.
You wouldn't?
No. I'd make the most of it. I'd make earrings.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd space it out with if you get hold of your pearls.
Or pearls, yeah.
Put pearls in between. Silver spaces look gorgeous, don't they? Because you've got the icy blues.
Yeah.
I mean, the design possibilities are endless. You know this is going to demand a high price point because it is one of the most prestigious gemstones on the planet. However, one of the reasons it's so prestigious is that it's a one-location gemstone. It's very, very rare, and this is a limited edition strand. We only have double figures of availability, and I don't mean 99. So it is going to be in high demand. First come, first serve. That's always our rule. Say that again, sorry? Absolutely. So my producer's just saying, make sure everybody is aware that we only have a certain number of these. We'll be able to give you a premiere launch price this morning. And as it's blue, we know we're in for a treat. That central gemstone alone is just fantastic.
It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? As well as the size of that one.
It's nice actually because you've got slight variations in the colour across the strand. Yeah. So you've got some that have got the violet tones, some that have got almost like an aquatic blue to them. That is one of the most beautiful strands of Tanzanite. And of course, that was the winner of the premier strand of the year during the award ceremony yesterday, wasn't it? So we know how popular it is. That's coming up at 10 AM. First of all, you say 16. There's nothing in this box, so is it on the desk? What should it be? Oh, is it the shell pearl that Deb, is that what it is?
Yeah.
There we go. Use your brain, Eduardo. Oh, and some marcasite, by the looks of it. Look at this. It's a 3-strand pack, and you've got this blue marcasite 6mm rounds. It's marcasite imitating lapis lazuli almost, isn't it? Because you've got the royal blue tone, you've got those metallic inclusions. It does look very similar to lapis, doesn't it?
It does, especially on that recording actually.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, I do love it.
It's like an opulent version of lapis lazuli. Then you've got your maroon shell pearl, uniformed 8mm rounds, absolutely gorgeous, and I'm never disappointed by our shell pearl because that beautiful organic finish that you get from the shell, almost again imitating the cultured pearls, isn't it? Because you get the play of light, very similar to pearlescence. But then you've got this, which is really interesting. This is the frosted finish on the cyan shell pearl. So similar size, 8mm rounds, well, exactly the same size in fact, and yet here we're not looking at such a deep pearlescence. It's more like almost like a Tahitian pearl effect.
Yeah,
because
it's
that frosted finish.
Yeah, it's almost like a brushed metal on these.
It's kind of almost like a gunmetal colour actually, isn't it? Because of the depth.
I love them.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? And it's a great combination. The maroon kind of brings the greys and the blues together, doesn't it?
Yes.
Very, very complementary. 3-strand pack, 6mm marcasite, 8mm in your shell pearl in the maroon and the frosted cyan. Let's have a look at the price point this morning for 3 strands. $9.95. I'll tell you what, have a look at this. We were talking earlier about the idea of working with kind of what we alluded to it just moments ago, the kind of idea of working with the Tahitian looking pearls, the peacock pearls of this world. We have got some of those coming up. It looks so similar to Tahitian pearls, doesn't it? Because of the depth of colour. They are
I was looking at those earlier. Yeah.
These are genuine culture pearls. I know they look like perfect rounds. There's very subtle
irregularities.
I mean, You'd be hard pushed to see them from a distance. When you're working with them closely, you'll know they are the real deal. I would say that as a combination, I mean, that is just fantastic, isn't it? How big are these? 12 millimetres?
Are they? They're not.
So I hope I'm not. No, they're 10 by 11 millimetres. Overestimating the size of things.
I'm not commenting there.
Typical. Right, okay, 10 by 11 millimetres. I mean, that is a luxury pearl, isn't it? Anything over around 8.5, 9 millimetres is considered to be luxury. These are 11 millimetres in size. They are fantastic. They're coming up a little bit later on, but I just wanted to make you all aware of it because, of course, pearls are so popular. In fact, our second most popular gemstone here at JewelleryMaker, according to the awards ceremony yesterday. $9.95 for the 3 strands of gemstones here. Perfect way to $9.95, £3.32 a strand. In fact, we're going to move on. Are we going to go as well? Okay, we're going to go straight over to Deb. Do I need these 3 strands? No. That's Deb's challenge, is that right?
Yeah, I've got that.
Okay, Deb's working with that now, so if you've just grabbed hold of that, we will be showing you some inspiration a little bit later on this morning. In fact, it'll be the afternoon when we do that. I'm going to move on. I'm going to come over here because we're going to launch our first kit. Let's have a look at these designs. You've been busy, Debs.
I have. I'm always busy.
Look at this. Beautiful suite of jewellery, and I think here, this is all about the pearls, isn't it?
It's amazing. I haven't had a kit with so many pearls in before. That it's just crammed full.
This is the kind of thing I usually see Linda or Sheila twisting the arm of channel manager Paula to get this many pearls in a kit.
I know.
And it's just falling in your lap. Did you give Pip a lovely Christmas gift? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
7 strands of pearls and the colours.
They're amazing. Absolutely
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I've never seen these sky blue pearls on the channel previously. Oh, and there it is. There's the design you've made. Perfect. With the silver.
With the silver.
I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah. And the little rice beads going up round the neckline to the back.
On Boxing Day, on Boxing Day, my best friend's girlfriend was induced into labour.
Oh.
But she didn't have her baby until the 28th.
No way.
He was a big boy. He's 10 pounds. Big George is amongst us now.
Big George.
And that's what I'm calling him. And imagine that as a gift for a new mum.
Yeah.
You know, if you've just had a little baby boy.
Perfect, because it's really classic design, but it just shows off the quality of those pearls because they're beautiful.
In fact,
absolutely gorgeous.
Security, don't search me on the way out. I'm messing around. I wouldn't admit it on live TV.
No, it's probably not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Well, I'm going to take you through the colour tones because they are so gorgeous. I mean, they are some of the most luxurious looking pearls I've seen since about 30 seconds ago when I had the peacock ones in my hands. Have a look at this then. So you've got these beautiful teal coloured pearls. I would probably say they're more like a turquoise colour personally.
Yeah, yeah.
And those are... Oh, actually, it is classified as light teal. They're 7 by 6 mil in size. Then you've got these gorgeous little peacock pearls. These are gorgeous, very delicate, 4 by 3 millimetres in size. The sky blue, which are 6 by 5 mil. Those are fantastic because they're side drilled. Yeah. So they'll suit different kinds of designs, won't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you've got beautiful baby pink. So another one for new mums potentially. And those are 6 by 5 millimetres in size. You've got the chocolate brown or bronze pearls, which are 7 by 6 mil. Oh, look at these little peach pearls. Little. Now, hold on a second.
They lilac.
I've got myself confused. Ah, they're the lilac pearls. Sorry, 5 by 3 millimetres. There you go. So they're very, very delicate. And then you've got the champagne pearls. These are baroque pearls, almost like pearl cabochons, I always describe them, because they have the flat base. Yes. So you could almost use them like a cabochon, couldn't you? They're a little larger, actually. They're 9 by 8 millimetres in size. So, again, almost luxury sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strands of pearls. virtually every size you could possibly need, some of the most beautiful colour tones I've ever seen. And then we've added in huge amounts of wire. So you've got 100 metres of your 0.4mm silver wire, or rather silver coloured wire. Then, is this is under dimensions, isn't it? But I'll find out. Hold on.
I think there was
that's the 0.25. That's very, very useful because you've got 50 metres then of that one. Because in the finer gauges you get larger amounts on the smaller reel. So you've got 50 metres of gold and 50 metres of silver in the 0.25. Perfect, of course, for doing the weaving on a lot of your designs. And then, I wouldn't let you down because we've got gold in the larger gauge as well. So this is a gold-plated wire in 0.8, so you get 10 metres on that particular reel. So you've got a lot of wire here. Gold and silver tones, perfect, because they're the traditional metallic tones, aren't they? 0.4, 0.25 and 0.8. 7 strands of pearls. I mean, this is just exuding luxury, isn't it, this kit?
It is. And I mean, I've crammed a lot of pearls into the designs as well. It's not like I've been mean.
Messed around. No. Been generous with your pearls.
I've been really generous with the pearls. But I like that. I like
You've still
seeing
got some left by the looks of it, is that right?
I have got some left. Yeah.
Amazing. There you go.
So, and these.
If you're getting hold of this because you love pearls, I mean, don't forget we've got those Peacock Pearls coming up.
That would
11mm in size. Look at that. I mean, it's the only colour that's missing actually from the spectrum, really.
Oh,
Look
I love
at
those.
That. They are just gorgeous, aren't they? You can see the size of these pearls now, can't you? When they're alongside more delicate sizes. But look at that, the way it kind of graduates up. I mean, they're a must-have, aren't they? But right now, we're bringing you 7 strands of pearls in this one kit alone. I mean, the colour tones, that's what I'm enamoured by, because I haven't seen these baby blues, or, you know, we don't necessarily see that same pearlescence in the champagne tones.
And they all work together really nicely as well, because I tend to separate out my colours quite a lot when I'm working with my kits. And then I'll sort of recombine them, if you like, but not all together. But these you could, I was playing around with them, and depending on what order you have them in, they all work together.
I can't pick out any combination that won't work.
No.
Because browns and blues, of course, very traditional combination. The pinks and the champagnes. The Peacock Pearls will work with anything because you get that swirl of colour.
Range, haven't
they? They are just fantastic. And you can see here, as Deb was saying, she's been very pearl heavy, if you like, in her designs. Pearls demand luxury price points. That's the bottom line with pearls. People are expecting to see, well, 3-figure sums traditionally, particularly if you've got huge lariat length like that. I mean, that is just fantastic. You can imagine people wear that every single day. My sister wears her pearls every day. Yeah,
it's the sort of thing you just grab and pop over your head and off you go. You don't need to worry about it. And because it's got so many colours there, then, you know, it works with
lots of different outfits, I suppose. Now, I will say that because we have crammed so many of our brand new pearls into this one kit, it is a bit limited in availability, I'm afraid. I actually wasn't expecting us to be this busy this early on New Year's Day, but huge numbers of people flying in on the phone line, so make sure you're checking out your baskets. When you see the price point, you will be over the moon. $44.95. That works out at less than £7 per strand for your pearls and your wire for free.
Wow.
Less than £7. I mean, normally the lowest price point we can give you on a strand of pearls is $6.95. This works out at £6.42 per strand for your pearls.
Wow.
And then you've got 100 metres of silver wire, 10 metres of your gold wire. Actually, you've got 200 metres of wire because you've got 50 metres on your 0.25 in gold and silver.
Well, I've hardly touched the 0.4 wire. I've hardly touched it.
Right, so you haven't even made an impact on that, and you've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 designs. And actually, some of these are quite wire heavy as well, because you've used presumably the 0.25 to do these.
0.25, yeah.
They're almost like little nests, aren't they, for the
little
pearls?
Nests of flowers and sort of.
That's interesting, because you can interpret the designs differently, can't you? You can see that as the stamen and that the petals, or you can see that as a little bird's egg in a nest as well. Start planning your Easter designs, guys.
Get ahead.
Well, okay, let's have a look at your demonstration then, Debs.
Okay, I was going to show this one here.
Okay.
So the bottom section, it's actually a really simple technique that we've all used before with the ladder weave, but it's got a slight variation. So I thought I'd show that. Right, so I started off with a piece of the 0.25 wire, and I used the gold-plated version, and it was about probably 50-60 centimetres in length, because I wanted to work the whole thing in one
length,
and threaded on one of the pale blue, one of the burgundy or bronze, another pale blue, and then 2 of the little rice beads. So then just taking the wire back through in the opposite direction through the first pale blue pearl, and it goes through really easily, and you just take that down to the centre of your length of wire. So that's the first stage, and then all you have to do is follow the pattern. So on the side with the bronze pearl, thread bronze, and then thread on a pale blue one, and then on the opposite wire take 2 of your rice beads and just thread them on. Work in a good light so you can see the holes.
This is one thing that people are maybe a little bit fearful of when it comes to pearls, because they tend to have a smaller drill hole, but with the 0.25 you don't have that problem, do you?
No, and you could use monofilament, or probably the wildfire would fit through as well enough times.
Of course, yes.
So you just work that pattern along until you've got a long section like that one.
Gorgeous.
And this really demonstrates how all the colours work together.
Absolutely. I mean, you could just carry on that design and have a gorgeous pearl bracelet, couldn't you?
It does have a slight curve on it, so it works really well as a neckline piece.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But you may be able to just straighten it out the other way, because what we're going to do is actually bend it round. So just ease it round into a pear shape, and it tends to just want to lift up slightly.
Okay.
And take that through the blue pearl on the other side, and that will pull both sections together like that. And then all I did was thread some pearls on either side. I can't remember which order it was now, but I think
this is the great thing about kind of incorporating the 0.25mm wire, because you can be a bit more. It's very malleable, so you
really
can
malleable.
really bend it and shape it any way you want it.
You can. So if I just pop those, can't find where the hole is on this one. Pop that one.
I'll be here all day.
Is it going to get better or worse?
I will literally be here all day. That's just a fact. How good it's going to get is, really irrelevant. Nobody else has come in, so I'm here. It's done.
Yeah,
it's a done deal.
Stuck with you.
I'm just going to say at that juncture, sorry to interrupt your demonstration, but over half the stock's now been allocated, and we've still got lots of people that in their basket, so I would definitely suggest you start checking out. I don't want to be repetitive, but I just don't want you to miss out either. So just good advice, I promise you, because I'd hate for somebody to go and check out and find out there were none left in stock. You've got your extended money back guarantee till the end of January, so risk-free shopping experience.
Right, so I've finished that off there, and then all I did was wrap my wires back round a couple of times just to hide them, snip them off. and then I turned it over so it went this way, and I added more wire in here to start working just a plain strip again up to then attach the chain on. But the centre section is again your 0.25 wire, so I just pulled off probably 2 meters and scrunched it up into a flat sort of shape, and just started forming that into almost like making my own little pear drop cabochon, and pulled so that it became a little bit domed.
And as I say, I mean, that gauge of wire is really easy to work with, isn't it? Because I know there are some people that are a little bit scared of wire.
It's really easy to work with, and it's when you're doing it like this, it's really soft as well on your fingers, so it doesn't hurt.
And you don't have to be too precise either, I suppose.
No. And then once you've got that, the curve of your pearl surround actually then just hugs your wire cabochon that you've just created. And all I did was, using one of the ends, was just stitch around in between the little rice beads and stitched back into the, you then lose, oops, hang on, I've got that caught there now.
It's just like sewing, really.
Just stitch it, yeah, just sew it. Doesn't need to be neat, because it all disappears into the twist.
Design, yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
So you can just carry on around stitching it in place.
You can already see how the design is actually forming, can't you? Instantly.
Yeah, and you've got like a bezel setting then on your centre section.
Incredible, because again, you know, it is quite pearl heavy. People will associate that with a high price point.
And you can feel the weight of it as well.
Yes, of course.
It feels
because you're adding
really
structure to the piece, aren't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable, especially since you're paying less than £6.50 per strand for your pearls. Your wire's free as part of this deal, of course. So don't be phoning up saying, Ed said I could have some free wire. Only as part of the Pearly Gates jewellery. It's very pearl heavy, very generous on the pearls. So you've got 100 metres of 0.4mm wire, 10 metres of your gold, 0.8. Then you've got 50 metres of the silver and the gold in 0.25, along with your turquoise or teal pearls, your little baby peacock pearls that Deb's used in the design we've just seen, your baby blue, your baby pink, your bronze or chocolate brown, little lilac, although
actually they do look peachy there, so maybe the other ones are the lilac and...
But I mean, they are baby pink and they are peach.
Yeah.
I'll reclassify the colours, don't worry, Debs, they're used to it by now. And then you've got the larger champagne pearls. If you've just saved a huge sum of money getting hold of this kit, then maybe you want to put it towards the peacock pearls coming up later in the show. Right now, we're going to find out exactly what you've been doing. We're going to the Wall of Fame. Welcome back to the Wall of Fame here on JewelleryMaker, your opportunity to have your designs shown live on the show. Don't panic if you don't see your design. Everyone will be entered into the prize draw, where you could win either £50 if you're the runner-up or £100 if you're the winner, added to your JewelleryMaker account. I'm going to let Debs go first. This is the first Wall of Fame entry of 2015.
Oh, does it need a drum roll?
Oh.
Thank you. 341. It's from Anne Thomas. She says, "Hi everyone, here is this week's entry for the Wall of Fame. My daughter bought some items from JM for my Christmas present, and they included this amazing strand of double drilled red tiger's eye." Oh wow, I haven't seen double drilled for ages.
No.
They are so wonderful, I kept taking them out to look at them. I used tiny bronze pearls as spacers and some beautiful antique bronze double link chain and findings. The bracelet is 2 lengths of brown studded suede cord and 1 strand of black, just simply fastened and held with fold over clasps. I added an S-clasp and 2 charms with one of the beads on each. These will not be going on sale, but wear them on New Year's Eve. Oh, hey. Fab. I wish everyone at JM a happy new year and good luck to everyone in the draw. And that's from Anne.
I hope you had a lovely New Year's then, Anne, wearing your gorgeous tiger's eye necklace.
Oh, yeah.
Funny you say about the double drill, because I had a strand on the Late Show the other day, and I was just saying we don't see it that frequently anymore.
No.
Look at this, fantastic. They look like little poppies, don't they? This has come in from Jackie in Bookham, and it says, "Hi all at JM, I hope you all had a great Christmas. I'm sorry this is a very late entry for this week. Can't think what has distracted me over the last week." I know, come on Jackie, concentrate. It's a bit out of focus, but it's a poppy necklace. Oh, there you go. Oh. And here it's made with jewel enamel and glitter. All the fixings, etc. are from JM. It was a gift for Christmas, so I'm waiting to hear if they like it. Best wishes to everyone. I don't think you need to wait, to be honest, Jackie. They're going to fall in love with that design instantly. Beautiful. You're number 344, so you're in the draw. Congratulations.
This one is 342, and it's from Jenny Lawson from Cannock in Staffordshire, and she's written an essay on the back. Hi everyone. This piece is made from abalone pears, wax cord, wire and findings, all from JewelleryMaker, except for the thick wax cord which was in my stash. I really enjoyed making this necklace. My inspiration coming from Mark's macrame, which he always teaches in a way that's easy to follow. I've been watching your programme for around 3 or 4 years now, and started making jewellery as a hobby with my granddaughter. I bought so much from you, I thought perhaps I should try to sell some pieces. We did a couple of local craft stores last year, which weren't too successful, and she's tried again recently and did okay, even acquiring some orders, which gave her a big lift. I've been watching the programme every morning. It gives me the incentive to carry on, but I'm now addicted and can't resist buying. All the presenters and designers are great and give some really good tips. I now have my dining room turning into our own jewellery quarter. She's been on a workshop with Gemma Crow even, can't speak now, and enjoyed it enormously. Yeah, it's catching. And going to book again on another course in the new year. I could do with a win to feed my addiction and do another course, hopefully with Mark, but good luck to all. Keep up the good work, everyone, and have a wonderful new year. And that's Jenny Lawson.
Fantastic. Lots of information. And I love that abalone shell. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, really.
I have got number 345, some of the most fantastic wire work. And this is coming from Fran. Porter is a regular contributor to the show. Says, hope everyone had the Christmas they wanted and that the New Year celebrations bring lots of the same. Attached is the bangle that I was able to make from the additional plated silver copper wire as shown by Alison the other week. Hope you like it. I'm not sure the ends are that good, but it doesn't scratch my skinny wrists. Wishing lots of happiness, health and positive thoughts to everyone. Here's to 2015, giving us what we all need and want. So that's from Fran, your number 345. Beautiful wire work, Fran. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I've tried plaiting wire and I'd just make a mess of it. That's amazing, so even.
Get a little lesson from Fran.
I need Fran to teach me how.
Beautiful.
343 is from Anne-Marie in Somerset. And she says, this week's Wall of Fame is a selection of bracelets all made with the same pattern and then turning one inside out. On the one I turned inside out, I used sunstone beads on the outside, and it just shows how one pattern can look so different. Lots of love and a happy new year to you all. Looking forward to a great year of jewellery making. Lots of love from Anne-Marie.
Beautiful. We've all been entered into the draw for the Wall of Fame, so good luck for the first draw of 2015. We are going to go to a quick break. When we return, the launch of the limited edition Tanzanite rounds, graduated.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair comb, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company. Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
When shopping with JewelleryMaker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Get involved with JewelleryMaker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
As peace of mind for your Christmas shopping, any purchase you make from now until Christmas can be returned to us until January 2015.
Welcome back to 2015 here on JewelleryMaker. We're an hour in. If you've just got up, what's going on? What were you doing last night? These people celebrating, hey? Well, I wasn't. I was reading up on Tanzanite. Because this is one of the most luxurious and prestigious gemstones on the planet, thought to be 1,000 times rarer than diamonds. And that is because it comes from just one location on the planet. And actually, it's a very picturesque setting. The picture yesterday morning, I was up at the crack of dawn walking my dog. Actually, it was still dark when I went out. And I watched the sunrise. I took a lovely picture and I put it on Facebook. It's had lots and lots of likes. And one lady described it as saying it looks like an African sky at dawn, like the Serengeti. And that's exactly where this gemstone comes from. In the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, you'll find Tanzanite 1, where this gemstone was discovered in the late 1960s. So we've only had around about 50 or 60 years of Tanzanite being sold as a luxury item. Of course, it was exclusively sold when it was discovered. And they're actually responsible for naming the gemstone. So it was originally going to be named Zoisite, after the host rock which is zoisite, which we know well, don't we? We sell ruby zoisite here at the channel. But I think that Tiffany's felt that it didn't sound quite luxurious enough, and also they thought that it had negative connotations. It sounded a little bit like another word. And so they wanted to, and also they wanted to represent the fact that it was so rare and it came from just one location, so they named it after that region. So it's called Tanzanite, after Tanzania. And of course, it's a very gem-rich area of the world, and the rock valley in Tanzania runs all the way through the country from the north to the south. At some parts, it's actually 300 kilometres wide, this rock valley. So huge amounts of gemstone mining goes on in this region. Of course, we are very responsible here at the Genuine Gemstone Company. This time last year, this day in fact, we started our digital cycle, where we cycled to Tanzania and back, and we did non-stop cycling for 24 hours a day for the whole month. We raised £100,000 so we could build 5 schools in Tanzania. So we try to always give something back to the regions where we're taking these beautiful resources. Now, when we think about something like Tanzanite, because it's a one location gemstone, because it's so rare, we know that we only have a limited time to bring it to you. It's thought to be, you know, a generational gemstone. We don't know whether we'll be able to bring this to you in the years to come. We just don't know. I mean, hopefully we'll find another source or a larger deposit. Oh, half the stock's already been allocated. I'm here waxing lyric about the gemstone. Jewellery makers out there don't need me to tell them how gorgeous this is. They're already flying in on the phone lines. If you want to own this, then start dialing the free phone number now. That's a really interesting fact that my director's just told me. Tanzanite is the most bought gemstone by members of staff here at the Genuine Gemstone Company. And that just goes to show how prestigious it is.
Yeah, because you see a lot of gemstones, so...
Well, you know, here we are very knowledgeable about gemstones, and everybody wants a piece of Tanzanite, of course. And needless to say, my producer Dion likes this gemstone. Yeah. It's blue. Probably the ultimate blue gemstone, really, isn't it? But it's not just the blues you see in here. The blues, the violets, the pink tones all come through. A pleochroic gemstone, so that means you can see different colour tones depending on what angle the light actually enters the stone. Actually, I've got people multi-buying this strand. This could easily be a sellout this morning. As I say, double figures of availability. So if you're coming through, you're adding it to your basket, you do have an extended money back guarantee. So if you get it home and it's not exactly what you want, you can send it back, although I can't see too many of these being sent back. We also have a queue on our free phone number now, about a minute and a half. Don't panic, there's still some stock available. No, gemstone is, because it's so rare, you know that it is expected, I should say, to have an inherent value. So this is the kind of gemstone that I think will start to be passed down from generation to generation. We don't know anything about the gemstone world, but we expect this to hold its value, shall I say, because we just don't know how long we have with it. We're actually not finding any sizable deposits at that one location in Tanzanite 1. And we haven't for some time, for quite a few months. So to actually bring this to you is very, very special. Yesterday we had our awards ceremony. Half the stock's now been allocated. It's becoming a little bit urgent, as I say. And this was the winner of the category of your favourite premium gemstone. Now, I have been selling jewellery and gemstones here with this company for nearly 7 years. The most expensive piece of jewellery I've ever sold was a Tanzanite ring, around about £4,000. It was a treble A set into 18 karat gold. Tanzanite is generally graded by its colour tone. So you get single A, double A, treble A. Quadruple A's are, well, very, very hard to come by. I wouldn't say any of these gemstones have a large enough individual carat weight to have been graded in that way, but I tell you what, if I was grading it, he's asked me to do, but if I was grading it, I'd probably say this is around about AA. There's a few that are borderline, because that one in the centre's got a really rich colour tone, hasn't it? You can see actually, even on the recording, you can see it's a really rich blue tone. I mean, have you ever sold a Tanzanite piece that you've made?
Not that I've made, no.
Okay.
No.
But you've sold Tanzanite in the past.
Yeah.
You know how prestigious it is.
Yeah.
What would you do with this graduated strand, Debs?
I think that's really pretty, and if anybody's got any of the bigger ones that have been sold in the last few weeks, to actually sort of bring some of them in, so you've got the sort of bigger graduation, would work really nicely. But I would mix it with pearls, I think.
It's a classic combination.
Yeah.
You know it's going to work. In fact, we've had some viewers who have done just that and had sizable valuations, independent valuations, given some 3-figure sums. So,
well,
really
I mean, when you're working with, you know, prestigious gemstones, then
you
obviously
really. You've got to have precious metals as well. You want at least sterling silver.
Yeah.
Okay, we have got roughly 20 strands remaining. That's all now. They're flying out the door, and we haven't even unveiled the premiere launch price on this strand. 40 carats of Tanzanite available on the 1st of January 2015 for £79.95. That's £2 a carat. That is incredible. If you were actually able to see the Gems TV documentary on ITV earlier in the year, you would have seen that the owner of the company, Steve, who's a real-life gem hunter, went over to Tanzania in the hope of finding this gemstone, because it's been our biggest seller over the last 10 years as a company, and he couldn't get hold of any. He started to turn his attention to other gemstones like the Tuleli garnet that we saw there. So this is very, very difficult to come by, so that's why I was suggesting being quite sparing with these Tanzanites in your design. But of course, you know, maybe you do want something a little more indulgent. Debs was saying she would set it with larger cuts that we've had. If you manage to snap those up over the last few weeks, we've been quite successful in bringing this to you. And of course, moving forward, we are expecting to see a bit of a rise in the price on Tanzanite, because we used to be able to buy the rough, send it to our own cutting facility and create these beautiful cuts, but we're not going to have that luxury anymore, because it's all going to be cut on site in Tanzania, and that is going to drive the price up. Of course it is. I mean, they have to protect the commercial realities of their natural resource, so you know, that's understandable, but as I say, we just don't know how long we've got with this. £79.95 for 40 carats is a fantastic opportunity. And of course here, you've got the perfect polished rounds as well. Now, in order to create this kind of finish where you're not faceting, and sometimes, you know, a strategically placed facet by a lapidus can actually hide an inclusion. But here you've got to be 100% confident in the quality and the clarity and the colour of the gemstone itself, because you've got this perfectly polished round. Absolutely phenomenal quality. I've got 15 strands remaining in stock. 15 people with it in their baskets. So if everybody was to check out, am I thinking this will be a sellout, or 15? Oh, right, okay, sorry, I didn't know whether you meant including or excluding. So that means that now, if someone was to come through on the phone line, potentially people with it in their baskets are going to miss out. In fact, there's 16 people with it in their baskets and 15 strands remaining in stock. Somebody is going to miss out on this strand. Start checking out as quickly as possible if you want to be one of the lucky people who own Tanzanite this morning for just £2 a carat. Sounds it, to be quite honest, especially when you've got gemstones of this quality. Oh, and the phone line's just got a little bit busy again as well. I'm really, really sorry if anybody misses out on this strand. I tried to let everybody know how limited it is, and I think, you know, we do try to get that message across about Tanzanite anyway. I mean, imagine if this is your first purchase of the year and you've already got a design in mind. How special is that going to be?
Yeah. be dead exciting, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
For it to arrive.
Do you know, I don't own any Tanzanite.
Don't
and I'm thinking maybe my New Year's resolution should be to get some Tanzanite into my collection. Single figures of availability remaining in stock now. Probably still 12, 13 people in their baskets and people coming through on the free phone number. I tried to let you all know that this was limited edition. And at that kind of price point, you know you're onto a winner. I was speaking to a viewer, a workshop attendee actually, in December, just towards the end of December, and she was saying every time Tanzanite comes on screen, she buys it. It's her birthstone.
Oh, right.
And she sells her designs, and she just said, to be honest, strands like this pay for themselves because you know it's going to sell. People are aware of it. They want it in their collection, as I've just alluded to, because I want it in mine. They're flying out the door. It looks to me like this is going to be a sellout deal. In fact, we're almost oversubscribed, but of course, until the baskets are checked out, they're still available. Is that correct? Okay, so you can still add this to your order. We've got 9 remaining in stock, 13 people with it placed in their basket, and as I say, still we have phone buyers coming through showing interest in this as well. So, 8 remaining in stock now. So I'm just going to say this: Sabine, Julie, Patricia, Brenda, Susan, Caroline, Isabel, Vicky and Jan, Miranda, Elizabeth, Lorraine, everybody who's got it in their basket, don't forget, if you are umming and ahhing, I can understand that. It's the 1st of January. You might be thinking, should I take the plunge? Get it in your order, get it home, see it in the flesh, and then make an informed decision. We are going to move on now. Congratulations to everybody who just added Tanzanite to their first order of 2015. Very, very impressive. Don't forget, coming up later in the show, these luxurious Peacock Pearls. In fact, less than an hour to wait. We're going to launch these at 11 AM for all the Pearl fans out there. So if you got hold of that previous kit that was so beautiful and such amazing value, this is your add it to your order deal this morning. Luxury Peacock Pearls coming up at 11 AM. Now we're going to bring you some essential findings in the form of your little clamshell crimp covers. I suppose you could just use them. Actually has features within your designs. My tech up on the Late Show, Sam, is a jewellery designer, and she says that she gets hold of the little delicate pearls and places them inside, only half close them so they look like little oyster shells, and then hangs them off like cluster bracelets. People love those kind of designs. Just a little dab of jewellery glue to glue the pearl in place. Perfect. These are hold on, I have got the right ones, haven't I? Yes, gold-plated sterling silver. Is that correct? Oh, okay, well I haven't... sorry, they're in a different box. My apologies. I didn't get... There you go. Sorry, I've got this sterling silver for you now. My apologies. Get 50 sterling silver clamshell beads. Perfect for creating that professional finish that anybody who's selling their designs will be looking for. But although, you know, the hobbyists out there, if you're making designs for yourself or to give as gifts, you want to give your loved ones the best of the best. You want yourself to feel luxurious when you're wearing your own designs. And I mean, if you're working with the likes of pearls or Tanzanite, for example, you want to be working with precious metals and giving your designs the perfect finish, don't you? 50 of these in total, a wholesale number on an essential finding. Let's have a look at our price point. Add it to your order deal this morning. If you've just got hold of your Tanzanite at $79.99, you get 50 sterling silver clamshell. I mean, I always think of them as crimp covers because that was traditionally how we spoke about them, but actually you've got so many opportunities with these. You could just use them as little spacer beads. On a charm bracelet, they've got the little loop.
Yeah. Well, if you're doing pearl knotting, your thread would go through, tie your knot, dab of glue, close it up, keeps it neat and tidy.
And adds value.
Adds value, sterling silver, yeah. So that they're perfect for that. But also you can use them as charm carriers because you can pop a head pin through the hole with the ball of the head pin inside, and then create a loop off the bottom, so you've got loops 2 ways then, and you can use it that way.
All about the finish.
Yeah.
And these just make that so much easier, don't they?
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Huge number of people flying in for this one. We're up and running now in 2015. $6.95 for sterling silver. They're 7x3mm in size. Just one quick reminder. We've got 7 strands of Tanzanite remaining in stock now. And still more than 10 people in their basket, so don't miss out on that deal, guys. Della's texted in to say, I use these on elastic bracelets to cover the knot and add a charm. There you go, that's what we were just talking about. Fantastic, thanks for getting involved, Della. Keep it up in 2015 because, as I say, you are a regular contributor. Again, huge number of people placing this in their baskets. Don't forget, you do need to check out to avoid disappointment. Chrissy has texted in as well, says, oh no! Gutted, please can the pearls be done any earlier than 11 AM? I have to leave for work by 10:45. My producer said 10:40 it is, Chrissy. If you don't ask, you don't get. You see, and we always try to deliver here at JewelleryMaker. So anybody who's watching now who thought, oh, I'll just go and make my bacon sarnie. You've still got time, but make sure you're back in front of the screen by 10:40 because Chrissy needs her pearls. Yes. I love that about JewelleryMaker. What other company would you be able to just text and say, can you sell that a bit earlier? And they're like, yeah, sure. We're your friend in the living room. In fact, Chrissy's text back to say, Fab, thank you so much. There you go. I mean, you can understand why people want to get hold of these luxury peacock pearls. They are exceptional. I mean, look at those. They just look expensive.
Well, I was standing over here this morning sorting out some bits and pieces, and I just looked up and they just caught my eye, and I was like, right, I've got to go and have a closer look.
Actually, do you know what? They go with our outfits.
Indeed,
we're very we're very like complimentary dressed this morning.
Yep. Cufflinks and pair of earrings sorted.
My director just said, what's happened to you, Ed? Outfits.
Outfit, yeah.
I'm a metrosexual these days. I'm a fashionista. Okay, we're going to move on and we're going to bring you those gold-plated sterling silver clamshell beads now. It is gold-plated sterling silver, is that correct? Yeah, there you go. High end on top of high end now. So we always think of sterling silver as being sort of a semi-precious metal, but when you're actually plating it with 9-carat gold, then I mean, that is true luxury, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And again, you know, if you are working with prestigious gemstones like pearls and tanzanite, you need the best of the best. You get 50 of these, they're 7x4mm. They can do the exact same job as the previous item, of course, and same price point, despite the gold plating. So there you go, $6.95. I'll tell you what, we are busy this morning, aren't we? And this is what we're all about here at JewelleryMaker, providing you with creative scope, giving you the option. We don't want to limit you to just working with sterling silver. We want to give you the gold-plated variety as well. $6.95. Again, we've got people adding this to their basket left, right and centre. We've got people multi-buying this as well. If you want to come through on the free phone number, then simply dial as quickly as possible. 0800 644 655. Of course, we know that these days there's not such a stigma attached to mixing your metals. Would you?
No, I really like it. Yeah, I like mixing the metals up, and I think it gives a really interesting look. You can see it's more designer, more high-end look about it.
Yeah, and I suppose again, when people see those 3 little numbers on your store, yeah, tends to put in their mind a premium price point, doesn't it? Yeah. 925, that's all you see. But when you start to say, oh, well, you've got gold-plated 95 as well in one design, yeah, sort of puts their mind at rest about parting with their cash, if you like.
Yeah. Well, it's something they're used to seeing in the high street, you know.
Of course. That seems to be a key thing, because it's a bit funny actually, because I suppose when people are buying at craft fairs from sort of artisan designers, they want something bespoke, but they still want the tradition of knowing that they're getting the same quality,
isn't it? Yeah. Really, that you are getting something that's worth parting with your money for. So Yeah.
I think it's the best of both worlds, because you get something no one else can own, but like Deb says, you still got the insurance of knowing it's the same quality you'd expect to see on the high street. Gold-plated sterling silver clamshell bells. Bales? They're not bales, they're beads. Use your brain, Ed. $6.95. We will move on now, because we want to get to as many deals as we can this morning. A brand new item. Ooh. Oh, hello. Got so much going on this morning. So many new items for the new year. Ooh. This is a Kumihimo collection of findings. I imagine there's going to be quite a lot of people who have taken up new disciplines over the Christmas period. And the one thing I will say about the weaving techniques, and it's not to detract from the finish that you see on your designs or from our experts, it's just that I think a lot of people have an association with those kind of designs that they are more similarly worked rather than luxury jewellery. Because everybody remembers making a friendship bracelet when they're at school or what have you. Yeah. And I think these findings elevate them onto that next level, where people do regard them as, you know, jewellery designs as opposed to craft work. Would you go along with that, Debs?
No, I think that's true. I think the way you finish off your braids says a lot about how you care about your piece of jewellery.
We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? You show your own passion in the design, people are more comfortable buying them.
Yeah, so I think, especially if you've got silver-plated finishes, then it shows that you think it's a piece of quality work.
Yes, I think that's correct, and also it sets you apart from other designers, because when you go to craft fair events now, you see huge numbers of macrame bracelets, Kumihimo bracelets, and these findings can be what sets your designs apart. Of course, if you're buying from us here at JewelleryMaker, so you've got top quality threading materials, you've got genuine gemstones, and then silver plated findings as well, you know, whose store would you go to? You know what I mean? You're going to go to the more professionally finished designs, aren't you? Yeah. Silver plated, fancy Kumihimo kit here. You get 25 pieces, so you've got your bell shaped clasps, and you get those in 3 sizes, so small, medium and large essentially. And if you have a look, they've actually got beautiful detailing on the metalwork, kind of thing you'd normally associate with kind of, you know, luxury Italian designers, aren't they? I love those. So you've got, am I right in saying these are 8mm, 6mm, 4mm? Oh, I'm sorry, not 3 sizes, 4 sizes. Haha. There you go, so 8, 6, 4 and 3. Oh, I've mixed them up. There we go. So, sizes of your bell-shaped clasps. Then you've got, these are little charm holders, aren't they? For your Kumihimo weave. So you get 3 of those as well. I'll show you those. I'll show you the dimensions. So a little bail or a charm carrier there, and you get 3 of those. Then you've got your toggle clasps, and you get 4 toggle clasps. Of course, you get the toggle and the T-bar. Great for making cufflinks as well, I will say. You know, if you're sitting there thinking my New Year's resolution is to make a jewellery design for my favourite TV presenter, all I'll say is Phil Schofield's got enough cufflinks. I'm joking. And we also get your little oval shaped jump rings as well. There we go. You get 10 of those. 7 by 5mm inside. So there's everything you're going to get. That's a handy image. Could have done with that like 3 minutes ago. He was waiting for me to show you it all. Actually, it's better to see the dimensions up close, isn't it, and personal, so we can see how suitable they are for the designs. Yeah. You can see. Oh wow! I'll tell you what. That is a New Year's Eve piece, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Party
piece there for your Kumihimo braid. But you can see here, these are actually the standard Kumihimo findings. So you've got the bell-shaped clasp and the toggle clasp there, but they haven't got the same detailing that these ones have got this morning. That little, it's almost like faceted metalwork, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a planished look to it, isn't it? Like hammered.
That's it,
almost.
Like textured metalwork, it's fantastic finish.
Really nice.
Oh, the Kumihimo artists are out in force this morning. I would say probably about a third of the customers are multi-buying this kit. So congratulations Deirdre, Sonia, Susan, Brenda, Janet, new buyers as well, getting 2 of these. It's probably because of the price point. I just heard it moments before it hit the screen. $6.95 for silver plated fines. You get 25 in total. And they really do give a professional finish to your Kumihimo pieces, don't they? You can see there. That's the finish you want to see. That just looks top quality, doesn't it?
Well, it just hides all of the workings, if you like, of finishing it off.
You don't want the frayed edges or what have you, do you? Either?
Yeah.
And as my director just said, it just looks like what you would see in a shop. I know that we're almost trying to turn away from that when you're investing in bespoke designs, but like we said, you kind of want your customers kind of want the best of both worlds, don't they? They want an artisan design, they want a one of a kind, but with a traditional finish, and that's what these findings allow you to do, I would say. 25 pieces of silver plated findings in this particular kit, all for the add it to your order price of just $6.95. Don't forget, we are asking for your text this morning. We want you to get involved and tell us what your jewellery making New Year's resolution is. We've already had some fantastic input from you this morning, and right now Sue has texted in to say, morning, Happy New Year to you, Sue. Deb, could you advise on when to use the clamshells, please? Are they for polyester thread, etc.? I've not used the bead thread wire type and crimps, thanks, Sue in Gloucester. So when would you use the clamshell beads? Yeah,
for your threads like the pearl knotting threads that have been on recently, the massive, great big spools. They're perfect for that. So anything where you've got beading techniques and, for example, your monofilament coming round to the back of a neckline piece. So what you do is you'll, rather than you can use it with the beading thread, with the metal.
Can I grab a little bit of beading thread and I'll just say how I would have done it? Is that all right? Yeah. Because I'm a total newbie. And there's lots and lots of new designers text in to say, can I just, and you can correct me if I'm wrong that way, can't you? Is that good? Have you got some flat nose pliers?
Flat nose pliers, yep.
This is my producer challenging me in my ear, by the way. She's saying, thank you. Okay, so if I had my crimp bead on my, shall I put a crimp bead on as well?
You could put a crimp bead on.
Let's do it properly. I'm going to do a demonstration here. This is.
But you don't actually need a crimp bead with.
No, of course. You could just, like you were saying, you could use them as space beads. You could use them as charm carriers, or to cover up the knots in your pearl designs as well. So there's so many different opportunities. But on the beading thread, because so many newbies are texted in. Oh, we've got another message. Elizabeth is texting and saying, can you explain how to use these again? I am new to this. Okay, I'm as new as you, Elizabeth. I'll do my interpretation. Thank you, Debs. And then if I'm completely wrong, Debs can just be like, Ed, you're an idiot.
Sit down and behave.
Yes. I'm excited. It's 2015. Okay. So, I've got me crimp bead on there. And I've squished it. So that's going to keep everything on there. Can we see that? Okay, and then what I would do is I put my little clamshell around there. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs this morning. There you go. I've covered up me crimp bead. I've given it a professional finish, and then I'll get a little head pin. I'll put it through there like so, and then I'd put a little gemstone on there. Little wrap it up. Got a little charm hanging up. Probably wouldn't use that large head pin like that.
No.
But is that about right? Covers up my crimp bead.
It covers up your crimp bead, so you could do it that way.
Yeah, baby. How would you do it then,
What
Debs?
you wouldn't usually do. I don't think this would actually fit through the end because it's a bit on the thick side.
Okay.
But on your crimp bead, what you do is you've got all your beading going on here.
Let's have a look over here. Should we go over to Deb's desk, or should? Oh no, if you come round here, I'll move out of your way, Debs. This is why we have the experts.
Just what you do is you'll have your clamshell here, and it's got, for really fine threads, it's got a little tiny hole between the two. There you go. To the shell shapes, if you like. Yeah. So your beading thread actually fits through there. I don't know if I can, but your wildfire that's on the website probably. Yeah. No, I can't get the Essilon through. So then what you do is you thread your threading material through that tiny little hole.
Got ya. Now I understand.
Which way are we going? That way. Can you see it? Yeah, just about. So you thread it through the tiny little hole, and then
I'm following your instructions. See,
when it's this side, you tie your knot, and that will sit in there, and then you close it down, so it's coming out that way then, through the bottom of your clamshell.
I've corrected mine.
Have you? You've got it the other way now.
I put the thread through the little tiny hole.
That's it. Yeah.
So now my crimp bead is sat inside the clamshell without. You see?
That's it.
Okay. So I'm learning.
So then you close it up.
Then I close it up.
Don't squash it too hard.
Too hard, yeah.
Because it's sterling silver.
Yeah.
So you won't need to. And then on this bit, you can then pop a jump ring and your clasp, or what I was saying before was if you put your head pin with the ball inside, you can push it
That's
through.
what I was trying to do, that part. Yeah. So you got that part right. Yeah. But at least now I know.
That's then how you hide all your knotting. And I tend to pop a little tiny bit of jeweller's cement in there as well. Okay. Just to make sure it's secure.
Really secure.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Debs.
That's all right.
That's brilliant. So I've learned something new. So there you go. I always say it's only obvious if you know, and I think that's a good rule to have in jewellery making, isn't it? So there you go.
If you've not used it, you don't know.
I would say that's my first demo. Even though I got it wrong, I've learnt something new. So there we go. Thanks, Debs. I got a little round of applause. Box 5 on your right, did you say? Okay. Okay. Getting a few texts in. Don't worry. Peacock Pearls coming up after this opportunity. Oh, I feel really proud now that I've learnt something new. I'm glad I got it wrong to really understand how it works, doesn't it? Okay, you get 5 individual little spaces here, and they're encrusted with citrine. Absolutely gorgeous. The gemstone of happiness. These are 4mm little spaces, so I always think of them as the perfect little stoppers on the end of a charm bracelet. They're very reminiscent of the branded charm bracelet finish, aren't they, for me?
A couple of those either side of your Tanzanite would look gorgeous.
The gold and the blue.
Yellow,
perfect. And silver and blue as well, so you got it all going on with that, haven't you?
Yeah, it looked lovely.
What I was talking about citrine last night, I learnt something new. Not only that, you know, I know that this is just sort of traditional folklore. I'm not suggesting that it will definitely have any particular metaphysical properties, but I know that the traditional folklore is that it's the gemstone of happiness, but I also learnt last night that it's also the gemstone of stall holders. So if you are a craft fair holder, then it might be quite useful to have citrine, even if it's just to share that information. But you know, basically the advice traditionally was, if you've got your little money box, have a little bit of citrine in there, and it tends to attract money.
That's what you need.
Should emanate towards it. So as I say, I wouldn't suggest that it will definitely have that effect, but it's nice to know the traditional folklore. Citrine. Encrusted sterling silver tiny spacers. But the other good thing is, if you're not selling, and I know there's people probably every morning screaming at the TV saying, I don't sell my designs. And I'm probably annoying them by constantly focusing on if you sell your designs. But let's say you're creating gifts for somebody, it's not their birthday, but you've got something in mind, maybe somebody's feeling a little bit down or something, you want to cheer them up. What better than to give them the gemstone of happiness? So citrine is covering so many bases. Also November's birthstone. So it's ticking all the boxes for us. It's a birthstone and it has a rich history attached to it. Beautiful colour tone. 925 sterling silver, little charms there. Oh, sorry, the director's telling me off. He said we just moved closer so we could see it in detail and then you put it down. Here comes the price point. $14.95 for sterling silver encrusted with gemstones. That's the only way to describe it, because they are set all around the outer edge, the outer extremity of the actual charm. Honestly, Ollie, don't start opening Pandora's box with me, mate. You don't need to tell me about the prices you can pay on the high street for charms and charm bracelets. This is unbelievable value. And often, you don't get gemstones in some of the charms you can buy from other outlets. £140 for 2 charms. Okay, let it go. Let it go, Ed. Let it go, Ed. Tanya has texted in to say, wishing a fantastic 2015 to all the JM crew. They're all shouting thank you back at me. There you go. Don't know what I've done, what I'd have done without you in 2014. 2015 will be epic. Thanks for being there for us all. Ah, that's nice. And Ollie, my director this morning, said thank you for being there for us.
Yeah.
There you go. This is a two-way street here at JewelleryMaker, as we know, because of course, one of our viewers just texted in to say, oh, can we bring them, the pearls a little earlier? We are going to do them as quickly as possible. It's to do with our system. They were supposed to be done at 11. The system doesn't want to let us put it on screen until 11. But, okay, my producer's saying should be at 10:41. It'll allow her to play. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. It's not, we wouldn't try and stitch you up, of course, because we've already said we'll do it early for you. Oh, now here we go. Before we bring you the pearls, we're going to give you some essential findings. So this is perfect for all jewellery designers. So anybody who does have to leave the house early, grab this first. This would be my advice. Brand new. I have seen similar items on the channel, but never this specific collection. Can we see everything first? That way people can get involved. Because I know there's going to be people out there who want to get hold of 1,800 pieces of rose gold plated findings. That includes 30 toggle clasps, 100 open jump rings, 6mm in size. Oh, I need rose gold jump rings. I've told everybody I'm going to do a chainmail design for the start of next month because something's happening, and so I said I'll do and I need some more jump rings. Pity I'm not at home. 50 of the eye pins, 39mm in length, 30 copper S-hooks, and I'll show you the detailing on these S-hooks. They are fantastic. You get 1 metre of oval link chain. You've also got your 2mm spacer beads. You get 1,500 of those. Perfect for micro macrame, aren't they, Deb?
They are, yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely perfect.
25 pairs of shepherd hooks and 50 individual head pins. I will show you the designs, but because they're so essential, because people love this colour tone, because it's so versatile and on trend at the moment, I'll say. You see all the big chunky watches for gents this Christmas were all rose gold and copper toned. So you've got your little flathead pins there. As I say, you get 50 of those. I'm not bitter, I promise. I'm missing out. Wholesale deal. So these are your jump rings, 6mm, and you get 100 of those. I'm actually reluctant to open up this one because there's so many little spacer beads, and I know what I'm like. I'll probably knock it over.
They do travel.
They do, don't they? Yeah.
They do.
Here we go. So they're 2mm in size. They're quite delicate. Actually, a decent drill hole for something so small.
They have a brilliant hole in though, because I have used them with the Eslon threads.
Ah, there you go. That's great advice. Yeah. So there you go. That's your little 2mm bead. So you get 1,500 of those. You can see how tight I'm holding it. My hand's actually shaking. I'm not nervous. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not nervous. Here we go. We've got your toggle clasp as well. Oh, come on, Ed. Oh. They're having a little party together, these ones. Let me get that out of there. There we go. Toggle clasps. You get 30 of those. These are all rose gold plated. Of course, the versatility of rose gold means it'll work with other metal tones. It gives you a little bit of femininity or warmth depending on the design. Can't go wrong. Also, as I say, lots of contemporary designs seem to be featuring rose gold, but I always traditionally associated it with vintage jewellery. So yeah, it really does cover a lot of the bases, doesn't it?
It does.
Shepherd hooks, and actually the great thing about these shepherd hooks, goodness me, what am I doing? Is that you've got this little bit of detailing. We've just been discussing, you know, that attention to detail attracting sales at craft fairs. So that is everything you're going to get. And then we've got your eye pins, same colour tone. Of course, it's all rose gold plated. So you get 50 eye pins, you get 1 metre of your chain, and then I'll show you these gorgeous S hooks, which again have this fantastic detailing. Have a look at that. I mean, you could use these as connectors, as clasps. You could actually just make a real feature of those because of that rope effect detailing.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Well, Mark the other day challenged himself to create a whole design using only findings, and some of the pieces were beautiful. Yeah. I mean, steampunk designers, those kind of detail findings are amazing, aren't they? I love those. Okay, lots of people getting involved with this one, and it is a wholesale deal. Rose gold plated findings, 1,800 pieces in total, $49.95. Incredible value. That works out at about 3 pence per finding for rose gold plated. Incredible value. And this is the beauty of shopping with us here at Jewellery Maker. We can give you these wholesale deals because of the buying power that you've given us, of course. Okay, Karen's just texted in and said, "Hi Ed, my New Year resolution is to set one night aside when I get home from work to unwind and do nothing else but make jewellery." I like that one, Karen. That's good. So just dedicating some specific time to your sort of creativity and making some jewellery. You'll probably find you're really productive if you have that one night set aside. Okay, the Peacock Pearls have now been released into our system. We can launch them for you now. Hopefully you've got about 60 seconds to add this to your order quickly before you leave for work. Sorry, I'm rubbish with names. Who was our customer that texted in? We'll find out. Anyway, start dialing now. Make your order. Was it Chrissy? There we go, Chrissy. Start dialing now, and then just say you got stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
That's what everybody else does round here. Couldn't find my keys. AD. I'm joking. 10 by 11 millimetres in size, luxury size. I mean, to me, I'm looking at these and all I can think of is the luxury Tahitian pearl designs that I've been looking at recently.
Just a single one in a ring.
Oh, I was just about to say, those are the designs. 3-figure sums for solitaire rings in Tahitian pearls, aren't they?
I'd do that with them and just, you know, 2 in a pair of earrings because they're amazing.
I mean, when you think about sort of South Sea pearls and Tahitian pearls, this is the luxury end of the pearl spectrum. Straight away, here is the biggest indication of how luxurious and popular pearls of this colour and this size are going to be. Guest designer Janet is already on the phone line.
I would be as well. They'd be in my basket now.
We only have double figures of availability on this particular strand. Do you have a buy? Is there anybody at home that could add these to?
No. I live a bit risky on the edge.
You live on the edge?
Yeah.
So if there's some available, you get them. I have to be honest with you, they're proving to be extremely popular.
No.
Quarter of the stock's already been allocated, I believe. Wow, people multi-buying this left, right and centre. And of course, the reason that I make reference to Jan is that she's already received commissions from her local jeweller to create pearl jewellery for them. So to see her on the line just goes to show how luxurious they actually are. I mean, I would say there's a very subtle irregularity to the shape and the size, but from a distance you won't be able to see that. But in all honesty, I think that adds to the value of these. People won't mistake them for faux pearls, probably one of the most imitated minerals on the market. They'll know that you're dealing with the real deal.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure when I looked from over here, when I first saw the strand, I wasn't sure if they were really nice shell pearl or if they were, you know, cultured pearl. And it was only when I went over they confirmed it. The slight texture on the pearl confirmed it, but the quality of those is just beautiful.
Actually, when you see the little play of colour, it really is like that sort of oil on water effect, isn't it?
It is.
The fuchsias, the greens, even golden tones coming through. Hopefully I'm getting that across to you on screen. It's not always easy in our studio lighting, but that just means that you're going to be even more excited when you get these home and you see them in the flesh. They'll really come to life, won't they? I mean, they are so close to the colour tone I'd associate with Tahitian pearls. It's unbelievable. Because peacock pearls, I almost expect them to be a little bit lighter in colour, like we saw in the kit, for example.
Yeah.
They had more of a gunmetal finish. This is much deeper colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a really plum colour.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's a good description. It's
a
like
really
an aubergine
bright, yeah.
Gorgeous. We do have a queue on the phone lines for these ones, so I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, Debs.
I don't think it's going to happen, is it?
Oh, I just realised. We've got a queue of 90 seconds. We haven't even put the price on screen. Here am I getting all excited.
I think
my
it's
word.
irrelevant with those.
I think you could be right. $39.95. I mean, how much would you expect to achieve for a solitaire ring just featuring one 10 mil?
You'd probably achieve that.
You'd want about £40 for that.
Yeah.
So you'd want to use your silver wire.
Yes, I do silver wire. Gold-plated silver wire would look gorgeous. So would the rose gold.
And black, of course.
Yeah, any metal colour would look amazing with it. And if you use your patinas and that sort of thing with it as well and age it down, that'd look really gorgeous. It's like pirate treasure.
I mean, it is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're saying you potentially make your money back off one pearl.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick count up for you because I know it won't be an exact science, but give you a guesstimation. I mean, even a pair of earrings.
Yes, pair of earrings.
£40–50. I mean, that is not beyond the realms of achievement. If anybody is thinking, I would never get anybody to pay that at my craft fairs, don't sell these pearls at those craft fairs. That's what I would advise because, you know, keep these for your personal commissions. They are that luxurious. Probably one of the most luxurious strands of pearls I've ever brought you on JewelleryMaker. And I know you might think I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I can assure you of that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36 individual pearls. So 18 pairs of pearls. Even if you wanted it to be really, I think personally you'd be undervaluing them, but even if you did want to make them affordable and say £20 a pair, you still make a huge amount of profit. I think that people, when they say that, are underestimating the kind of price points that people associate with pearls.
Well, I think if you have too low a price point as well as too high a price point, it's like, you know, the extremes. You don't want to be doing that. So if you check out what else is out there, test the market, see what's out there. That's what you need to do.
You'll be shocked at the prices people are prepared to pay. And I'll be honest, I've been doing my research. I've been looking in the boutique windows. They're not using perfect round pearls.
No.
Sometimes the finish on the pearls, I have to say, isn't even as beautiful as I'm looking at now. And yet, high double-figure, 3-figure sums are the norm generally.
Yeah.
even little button pearls, just 2 of those and pairs of earrings, £99, £150, those kind of price points are not difficult to come by doing your own research. So in a one-of-a-kind piece of jewellery, if you're saying, I mean, sometimes you can literally have people thinking, no, I wanted real pearls, and they're looking at yours £20, they're thinking, no, I want it. And you're like, no, they are real, and they're like, no, you couldn't do them for £20. You'd have been better off putting £40, they'd have snapped them up. Yeah. Because they know elsewhere they'd have to have paid £99, for example. Yeah. I mean, these are just ball. Quote me on any of these. As I say, do your own research, but this is based on research I've been doing. Gorgeous finish on these pearls, $39.95, and don't forget, these would have taken Mother Nature over a decade to actually put together. We generally think of pearls having about 1 millimetre of growth every 12 to 18 months. So we're talking about at least a decade for Mother Nature to have hand carved each and every pearl. I mean, look at the finish on those. They are exquisite, aren't they? Okay, roughly half the stock now been allocated. So if you do want to add those to your... Wow, some people have just doubled their order as well. So there you go. Flying out the door. Congratulations if you've got hold of those. And Happy New Year, Janet. We know you're watching now. So,
hi, Jan.
Good work, Jan. Okay, we're moving on. Did we have any of the Tanzanite remaining, by the way? Maybe somebody's just tuned in, saw the pearls. We've got 6 strands remaining left in stock. So if you wanted the graduated rounds and you've got this sitting in your basket, check out now. Tanzanite launched at £2 a carat. Okay, we're moving on. We're going to do a clearance deal now. It's never been reduced in price previously, and my producer is giving this a serious billing. I'm just going to repeat exactly what she said. Say it again, Dee. I'm joking. She's feeling delicate. Well, I'll do it. Never been reduced in price previously. Start dialing now before she puts the graphics on screen, because it is an amazing price drop. Those are the words she used. I was just winding you up. I wasn't really going to make you repeat it. Is it this? The little matrix box? Is it? No? Yeah, it's these ones, yeah. 338 pieces, silver plated findings with your gemstones. You've got the little rosary links in there. We'll show you everything first, and then people who are already aware of the product who wanted to get it any other time can just start dialing now. Now, of course, on that image there we can see kind of what we're getting. We can see the length of chain because you've got 1 metre of silver plated chain, but have a look at these gemstones. The little rosary links have already been created for you. Oops, hello. Sort your life out, Ed. Here we go. I'm hard on myself. Have a look at those. So, lapis lazuli, little gem chain connectors, 4mm, perfect rounds of lapis lazuli. You get 25 of those. Moonstone, wow. Serious agilarescence coming through on this moonstone. Absolutely gorgeous. You get 25 of those. Amethyst, little rosary link connectors, 25 of those. Oh, what's this? Is this black onyx? Ah, yes, black onyx. 25 little black onyx connectors as well. Carnelian. Come on, Ed. Ah, the phone lines have lit up. We've already got a queue on the phone. I'm getting through it as quickly as I can, guys. 4mm carnelian rounds here in your little connectors. Oh, our favourite gemstone of the last 3 years. That's right, it won again. Labradorite. There you go, you can see the labradorescence there. Gorgeous, you get 25 of those. Clear quartz. Oh, the perfect accent for any gemstone. Oh, goodness sake, Edward. You see, even when I'm telling myself off, I use my whole name. That must be my mum's
really
influence.
Funny.
Clear quartz, 25mm. You've also got peridot, and this is what I think it is. Is this aventurine? It is. Look at the depth of colour on this green aventurine. Fantastic. It's almost like an emerald green, isn't it? And then peridot as well. There you go. Perfect. I will show you these little charms, but we are going to have to get the price put on screen because everybody is already aware we're going to do a huge reduction in the price. Already, people coming through for this one. It's always previously been available at $49.95. Now, this morning, for the last in stock, look at those little flower charms. That's not all you get. Oh! The price reduction is about to happen just as I spotted these. £20 price reduction down to $29.95.
Oh.
Silver plated findings. Gorgeous detailing. Okay, and down from $49.95 to $29.95. Only available at that price until 9 AM tomorrow morning. First time it's ever been reduced in price, and I have to say, it's flying out the door.
Oh, you didn't have to say it. Not really. I
am such a card. You'd have been disappointed if I didn't do my rubbish dad joke, surely. Do you know what? When I got home last night after the New Year's Eve show, and this is the first time my son has ever commented on this. Normally he's just like, yeah, saw you on telly kind of thing. He's a bit blasé about it because I've always been on telly as far as he's concerned. And he actually said, Daddy, I saw you on telly wearing a bow tie. He's really excited by the bow tie.
Oh.
Almost as excited as Mark Smith was to be wearing a bow tie.
Did Mark have a bow tie?
It was his idea. He wanted to do a bow tie show. So every hour we swapped bow ties. And Mark was very excited about it. I'm being serious. He was mostly excited about the paracord. So excited that he made me my own piece of jewellery.
Oh.
I am sporting this morning. There you go, you see. Had a bit of a paracord launch last night. So there you go. But yes, very excited. Oh, now people are flying in for this one, and we haven't even shown you exactly what you can create using it. Now look at this collection of jewellery. The little gemstone connectors make jewellery design so easy. That's the point. They add detail for you, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and it that's just really pretty, and you know that they all work because the scale works.
Yes, the size.
Well with
yeah, you're right. So the charms and the I mean, you get all of those sort of textured connectors in there as well. So these are the flower connectors you just saw. I already showed you the birds, but on that amethyst necklace there, you can see these are the 5-petal flower connectors. Anything with flowers, birds, moons, stars, hearts tends to sell very well. But look, these are double drilled. All of the charms are. I'll take you through some of the other findings as well, because have a look at the detailed texture that you've got, this rope effect again on the toggle clasp. I mean, it just adds value, it adds a point of interest to your design, I would say.
Yes, well, you don't see a lot of the findings that we have here. You don't see them everywhere else, so
yes,
you know, it's
you need to give yourself a little USP, I suppose.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, craft fair venues are pretty competitive, shall I say, these days.
Yeah.
And in the words of Mark last night, he said, "Yeah, well, it's all our fault." But I was talking to somebody on Facebook actually about this, and they were saying, I want to get involved with craft fairs, but I contacted my local craft fair recently, and there was a 6-month waiting list to get a stall, and I said, maybe you should try more of the low-key venues, and she said, this is my local village hall, Ed. There's a 6-month waiting list.
Crikey.
Brilliant thing about that, you've got the storage box as well. So perfect for craft fair attendees. We're moving on. And, oh, yes, I love these. And I imagine you do too, Producer D. Blue coated quartz. There's only one way to describe them. Icicles of quartz. They are absolutely delicious. They are coming up after the break. So we're going to go to a quick break so we can allow everybody to come through for the findings at their clearance price of $29.95. And when we return, we'll be launching a premiere strand. Lots of treats. Happy New Year.
The fastest way to shop with JewelleryMaker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Join guest designer Gemma Crow as she brings you a fascinating DVD that teaches you how to create all of your important findings that are essential to everybody's collection. Gemma will take you through step by step to create all of your finishing touches that bring your pieces to life, essential for all jewellery makers. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Are you new to jewellery making? Then tune in to our Designer Inspiration Show every day between 1 and 5 for our new 2 sections. We'll help you get started and give you all the knowledge and inspiration you need. Also, we'll be introducing you to a new medium every day. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate, we've got everything you need to get you started with a new hobby. The Designer Inspiration Show, only on JewelleryMaker.
Today I've been on Mark's Chips and Nuggets. It's been amazing. I've had a great day, I've got lots of nice things to take home, and it's not even over yet. And one thing that really impresses me is the value. I get a full set of gems, I get the wires. Mark's been really very, very helpful today. I don't have that much experience and I'm going away feeling very, very confident to have a go.
Welcome back to JewelleryMaker and Happy New Year to everybody who's just tuned in. We are about to bring you a premiere launch. Don't forget you can still add the clearance findings box to your order down from $49.95 to $29.95, a whopping £20 saving. And if you've just saved yourself £20, maybe you want to put it towards 400 carats of blue coated quartz. Described as bars, but that sounds a little bit uniformed to me. These have a real, almost chaotic like feel to them in the way that they're cut and faceted.
They're a bit scrambled, aren't they?
Yeah. Love the texture.
They're like shards of ice, but in blue.
Absolutely. I had the gold coloured ones.
Oh, right.
A couple of weeks ago, and I was describing them as icicles.
Yeah.
That is the imagery that they evoke to me.
Yeah.
Gorgeous finish, but even though they're blue coated, if you have a look at here, you get a little play of colour. So you get the purples and the golds coming through as well. The coating gives them a metallic finish, doesn't it? There you go, I just caught the gold and purple. Absolutely fantastic. You can see even on the outer edge of the gemstones there, got this organic finish, this really natural feel to them. Love them. They range in size from 10x4 to 37x6, so fantastic variations in the sizes. The interesting thing about this is when I had the gold variety, Sarah Elvin was on the show with me, and she said, and I think this is one of the most powerful things any designer can say about a strand, she instantly knew what she was going to do with it. So she made this kind of like textured bracelet design. It looked like something you would see on the catwalk, to be honest, which I gave away as a gift, prize actually.
Nice.
So somebody, I think it's Rill, will receive that very soon. It's such a fantastic finish, but I think that is a really amazing thing for someone to say. The second they see it, they know what they're going to do with it. And I bet there's a few designers out there right now who already know what they're going to be creating with their blue coated quartz bars. You get 400 carats in total. Already people on the phone lines. And I have to say, we are extremely busy this morning considering it is New Year's Day. I think the jewellery designers in this world just thought, forget it. Forget about the carver. Forget about the fireworks. I want to get hold of the deals.
Or maybe they're still doing the carver and the fireworks. I
like it. In fact, if I'd just got hold of Tanzanite, Peacock Pearls, findings at under £20 off, I'll probably be setting off a few fireworks, I reckon. The leftover fireworks are getting set off all over the country. I've got buyers coming in from Yorkshire, Devon, Worcestershire, Aberdeenshire, Dumfries, Devon, Surrey, Essex, Bedfordshire, London, the West Midlands, Kent. Well, actually, there's a lot of buyers in Surrey and Devon, I have to say. We're about to give you a massive treat, and if you did just get hold of those findings at the clearance price, you can get 2. Because it's under £10 a strand. £9.95. As I say, we just saved you £20. Why not reinvest it in gorgeous gemstones? £9.95. Oh, here we go. All the multi-buyers are coming through now.
Yeah.
Congratulations if you just got hold of this for £9.95. I bet Fran got hold of the clearance deal. Reinvesting that £20 by getting 2 strands of this. Amazing. Okay, once again, lots and lots of people placing this in their basket, but we do have a queue on the free phone number this morning, so it is just good advice. Check out instantly to make sure you get hold of your strand. We did have over 100 of these, but I'm guessing we're down to double figures now. Yes, we are. There you go. If you want to get hold of these, just £9.95 this morning, and they really do give you so many design opportunities, because not only do they have that irregularity and the size and the shape, providing you with that real dynamic feel, but also the finish is very alternative to what you'd usually see on quartz, isn't it? That metallic coating, the swirl of colour there between the golds, the purples, and of course those rich metallic royal blues. Absolutely incredible. Okay, if you do want to get hold of this, there are huge numbers of people coming through for this one. Congratulations to Catherine, Rona, Margaret, Kay, Brenda, June. I can see this being a sellout today. Oh, can we show this? Because we've got, I would say, this strand has the X factor. It's a rock star strand, isn't it? And Ben has just arrived. Our resident rock star. Just look at him. Hard night, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it 2015 now in Ben's world?
I think so.
He does everything in style.
Is it?
Spending his Radio 1 royalties. You think I'm joking? His band are always getting played on Radio 1. He's a proper rock star.
You embarrassed me.
You saw him here first. Benjamin. Okay, half the stock's now been allocated on this strand. Start dialing as quickly as possible, and if you're one of the 20-30 people that are in your basket, I would definitely advise that you start checking out, because before too long this will be limited availability. £9.95 for 400 carats. That's right, I said it, 400 carats. £9.95. Don't forget, if you are now getting your order up and running and you want to make the most of the bargains on this morning's show, this fantastic findings kit we just brought you should have been $49.95 until 9 AM tomorrow morning. We've taken it down to $29.95 Fleur has just texted in to say, Ed, they look like they belong on Planet Kryptonite with Superman. That's her guest designer, Fleur. That's right. Angela's also texted in to say, hubby just asked, when did JM start selling Kryptonite? Everybody's seeing it. It's because of that angular effect. When you go to Planet, that's what you see. When you see the formation of Kryptonite. This is fictional, by the way, in Superman movies. There might be some people who've never heard of Kryptonite. I always say it's only obvious if you know. Some people are going to be Googling or looking through their gemological books now saying, Kryptonite? Never heard of that. It's not real. It's where Superman comes from. Of course, his power's enhanced by Earth's yellow sun. I'm a big comic book fan. Okay, moving on. Where are we going to? Okay. Is this beautiful lavender amethyst? 'Tis the season to start stocking up on your... Almost reminiscent of like kunzite hues, actually, when you get the purple tones coming through, I think, with the pinks in there as well.
Yeah.
Really soft and feminine, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's a nice shape as well.
Gorgeous, kind of classic cushion cut, really. I know that we have a lot of the puffy names up in here, but I prefer the traditional names. I mean, for me, if you're looking at luxury jewellery, this would be described as a cushion cut. And this is, but it is a puffy square. It's 10mm in dimensions. Lavender amethyst, over 100 carats, and once again, a clearance deal, a price slash. And are you feeling brave this morning? Are you going a bit lower than you should? Normally $11.95. That's already amazing value for over 100 carats of lavender amethyst. Dee's saying they're not back in till tomorrow morning. Let's be naughty. £6.50. But lavender amethyst, I'm thinking rings again, Deb.
Rings, yeah.
Earring designs, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, because of the way they're drilled corner to corner.
Yep.
They'll be really good for earrings and drops.
Head pin onto a pair of shepherd hook. Take you about 60 seconds. You've got a pair of earrings.
Definitely, yeah.
There you go. Even I can do that. And I only just learned how to use a clamshell print cover this morning, live on air. So it should be $11.95. We've taken it down to $6.50. Don't forget, when you're looking at these price reductions this morning, they're only available till 9 AM tomorrow morning. So take advantage while you can. Of course, if you've already got your order up and running, maybe you got hold of your Tanzanite, your Peacock Pearls, your beautiful blue coated quartz, your clearance deal on your findings, and you've paid your $2.95. Amethyst is a must have for all designs, especially if you're planning to sell your designs in 2000. You've got to have amethyst on your store. People are expecting to see it. It's one of the most recognisable gemstones in the industry. To bring it to you at this kind of price point is very impressive. In fact, we've just saved you over £5 on that, haven't we? Should be $11.95 down to £6.50. We're so generous this morning. We want to get 2015 started with a bang, and we are doing it in style. £6.50 for lavender amethyst. Still people coming through for that one. We're going to move on. We want to fit in as many deals as we can. In fact, we're going to go over to Deb's right now and bring you another incredible jewellery making kit. I'm going to grab me coffee on the way. Wow.
No warning.
I know. There's no warning, Debs.
No warning. I need to tidy up, look.
You know, this is what happens at this time of year. People just turn up at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought we'd Happy New Year. You're like, okay. Get the dust buster. Get the leftovers.
Yeah.
Put together a buffet.
The fridge.
Yes, absolutely. So we're now going to have a look, a little bit more focus on a specific design that's been really popular this year, the micro macrame. Is that right?
Yeah, but I was going to show the earrings.
Okay.
Which actually haven't got any micro macrame in. You could add some in. So, but But I just really like them because they're dead simple.
Everybody loves these tiny little beads, don't they? They're amazing.
And they look so expensive when
they add
when
like
you use
intricacy to the design, don't they?
Yeah, I love them. I think they're gorgeous.
They are pretty impressive in terms of how, you know, detailed the size is. Still got very useful drill hole in them, haven't they?
Yes, and you've got the three
sort of traditional metallic tones as well.
Yeah. And I haven't actually mixed them up, which I would do normally. For some reason, I've kept them.
And taking a step back on this one, are you?
Yeah,
a little more conservative.
Trying to be a bit more refined, maybe. I don't know.
It works perfectly, doesn't it? You could mix them.
What I loved was the pink with the rose gold and the blue with the gold. I just thought they're classic combinations. So
they're gorgeous, aren't they?
Stick with that.
So you get the little seed beads in. Hold on a second. Is this 24 karat gold plating that's been used on these? Amazing. Just trying to find, amongst all of the details, because you've got so much stuff here, I'm just trying to spot how many you get. That's what I'm looking for.
700?
Oh, right, 700. I've found them now. There they are. So gold-plated spacer beads. It's 24 karat gold that's been used to plate those. You get 700 of those. Then you've got the silver plated variety, 700 of those. And, just to check, copper plated, 700. They're 3mm in size, so that's over 2,000 individual spacer beads there. You've got your traditional threading materials, beading thread, monofilament and elastic. We've also given you the faceted 3mm rounds of clear quartz. Fantastic. So those are 3mm as well. That's perfect. An accent, isn't it, to any of the metallic tones. And then everyone's favourite threading material at the moment, the S-Long cord. And pretty much in sort of gemstone colour tones, amethyst, rose quartz, morganite kind of colour tone there. Oh, I like this. It's kind of like a silver tone, or like it's got a purple hue in there as well.
Like a really pale lilac, yeah.
Gorgeous. Then you got your ivory white. Oh, I would say that's like an apatite blue. And then an adventurine green.
Yeah.
You like that? You get 70 metres on each reel. They're 0.4mm in diameter. There's everything you're going to get. And of course, we have got a New Year's Day price point for you. I'm excited. I mean, 24 karat gold plating on those beads alone.
I didn't realise it was 24 karat gold.
Never seen that previously. This comes from one of our very, very popular suppliers. Okay, let's get the price point on screen because these are flying out the door. It's $39.95. That's amazing.
That's why they've got such a nice colour.
Real rich, luxurious feel to them, isn't it? Actually, I'll just grab me tweezers. There we go. I'll show you these because traditionally when we do gold plating here, it is 9 karat gold that's used, but these we've gone to well, the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
As high end as you could pretty much expect to see. So I mean, if you are getting hold of this and you are creating micro macrame designs to sell, that is something you definitely want to let your customers be aware of. Oh, hello.
Whee!
And here am I, taking one of the most luxurious metal tones on the planet and flinging it across the set. Okay, so yeah, as I say, over 2,000 individual spacer beads, 700 of each colour tone. Then you've got the 3mm faceted rounds of your clear quartz, your traditional threading materials, and your S-Long cords, 70 metres of each. Already lots and lots of people putting this in their basket. So, shall we do our demonstration?
Yes. These are all the beads that I've got left.
Wow.
And I've got almost full reels of my threads as well. So, it'll go on forever.
Yeah, pretty impressive designs as well. Again, you know, you've been generous with the beads you put in.
Well, I went completely mad with the gold because I just loved the colour. I just thought it was so gorgeous.
And now you know why.
Now I know why, yeah. Right, these are really simple little earrings. And I use the Eslon cord.
Right.
And it's only a very short length. It's just enough for you to work with. So it's almost like your offcuts from doing other pieces, really. So I always tend to keep them because you can make tassels with them and use them sort of in other designs. So what you need is 7, well I use 7, but obviously the more you add, and always work with an odd number so that you've got 1 at the very bottom.
Okay.
But the more you add, then the bigger the loop's going to be. One of the spacers, a jump ring, one of your earring wires, and a cord end. So you thread your little beads onto your Eslon, and then all I did was tie a knot, just a basic overhand knot, and slid it down. Now I used one of my T-pins, but I've put them all away now because I've tidied up. You shouldn't really tidy up, should you? You can never find anything when you tidy up.
That's it, you see. If you try to be organised,
Yeah,
what you want is organised chaos. That's what you want.
You
if
do.
Everything's all over the place,
Yeah.
you know you've got everything to hand.
Yeah, yeah. Keep it chaotic. Just thread the spacer bead on, and then my knot's too big for this one. Hey ho.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not going to go through. But we'll leave it as it is.
We can't help ourselves.
No. I'm ignoring it.
Probably for the best.
Did you have any good jokes in your Christmas crackers?
No.
No, neither really.
Actually, yeah, what was the one I had? Why is Santa so clever?
Don't know. Why is Santa so clever?
Because he's elf-taught.
Oh. That's a really old one, isn't it?
That was in my cracker.
I don't know. Maybe people have stopped writing new ones.
Well, anybody who's looking for a cracker joke writer, you've found the right man. Yeah, I'm brilliant at cheesy jokes.
That's true, actually, yeah. You should be a little moonlighting job.
Moonlighting? I want it to be my main. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I could definitely write some rubbish jokes.
Dear.
All right, guys. All right, guys.
They
want to hear what they're saying in my ear? Saying, yeah, give it a rest, would you?
Right, I've just pulled the threads up through the cord end, and then using my flush cutters because they cut really close to the end of the metal, and it makes it really neat.
Best tool of 2014.
It is, it's fab.
According to our award ceremony yesterday.
I'm probably blunting the blades or something by cutting all my threads, but it works. And then using another jump ring, just pop it on top of the clasp to just close it up. And that's it done. But if you wanted to add in some micro macrame, you can fix from here between the ribbon cord end and your spacer bead. Use the original threads as your lazy, and then just knot up either side with an extra piece of cord.
So really,
so you can extend it
you can
longer.
embellish it as much as you want.
Yeah, change the design.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, we've got roughly 20 people with this place in their basket. You do need to start checking out because I've still got phone buyers coming through for this one, and it was a little bit more limited in stock than some of our other kits, possibly because we don't have these beautiful collections of
I've
the
never
beads
had
very often.
that many in one kit before.
2,100 individual 3mm beads, part of this kit. Check out as quickly as possible. We are going to go over and see what you've been doing on the Wall of Fame. Welcome back to the Wall of Fame, and Deborah's just admiring this fantastic entry. It's number 348. It's been sent in by Wendy. It says, here's my latest entry for the Wall of Fame. 3 bracelets made for friends for Christmas. One is made from mesh and mesh beads on 1mm wire bangle. A memory wire bangle, with frosted black agate and aquamarine nuggets, and a macrame piece made with pearlized white sari thread around rose quartz carved beads, all apart from one clasp are from JewelleryMaker, and it would not have made without the inspiration of several of your designers. Happy New Year to all at JM and all of the happy makers. That's from Wendy in Somerset. You are number 348.
Number 346 is, really short and sweet, from Anne Lewis. A wee bracelet made for me with chalcedony and sunstone. Happy New Year all. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Says it all.
Does.
That's all we need, Anne. Fantastic. You are in the draw. Happy New Year, Anne. This is number 349. It says, hi all at JM. I made this ages ago after Debs demonstrated it on air. So fiddly, it took ages as it was my first attempt at something this complicated, but so pleased I did it. Attached it to a brooch finding rather than a pendant. Thanks to all your designers for the know-how and inspiration. That's coming from Abby. Well, congratulations, Abby. It is very delicate. Oh yes, now I see it. It's supposed to be like a flower basket or a fruit basket, for example.
She said she'd made it and was sending it into the Wall of Fame. That's brilliant.
There you go then. Sorry, I went by Sorry. Beautiful.
347. This is lovely.
Gorgeous.
Is from Shirley in Fair Oak. She says, hi everyone, here's my first attempt at wire wrapping a cabochon. Oh, well done. Hope you like it. So glad I've got this week off, but my bank balance is not. It's all your fault for offering such beautiful gems at great prices. That's you, Ed. It's your fault.
I'll take the blame.
A win would be a great way to finish a really bad year health-wise. Wishing everyone all that they would wish for themselves and a happy new year. What's that?
It's Lib and Fluff, Shirley. Oh, it must be a duo.
Does that mean?
I think it must be a little jewellery making duo from Fair Oak. Is that your nickname, Fluff Shirley?
Fluff Shirley, Lib and Fluff Shirley.
I'm not
sure. I don't understand, but Happy New Year.
350. This is coming from Margaret in Birmingham. It says, Happy New Year to you all. Well, Christmas present my husband bought first time I've worked with them. The outside gems was my Santa surprise. Finished off with your silver findings. Very pleased with my first go. Well, absolutely incredible from you there, Margaret, number 350. So thanks for sending in all of your entries to the Wall of Fame. I've got to go back over now because I've got another deal to bring you. Thank you, Debs, for your demonstration on the previous kit. And we're going to go right over and give you these clamshell covers. Crimp bead covers, sorry. Not with it. I'm just looking. Ah, yes, here they are. So these rose gold finish on these. I've left me tweezers on that desk. Thank you, Debs. There you go. It's all coming together on New Year's Day, isn't it? So these are your little crimp bead covers. Rose gold plated copper. Beautiful. Meters in size. You get 200 in total. It's a wholesale deal for an essential finding, and of course we're going to give you a wholesale price point. $8.95 should be your price point, but that's not a New Year's Day price. We're going to get it up and running today, so if you have got your orders already in full flow, if you paid your $2.95, that will last all the way up until midnight, so you can add this to your order right now for $6.95. She's not messing around this morning. She's giving you all the deals. You get 28 grams of rose gold plated copper here as part of this particular wholesale opportunity. 200 crimp covers for $6.95. Amazing opportunity. If you are coming through, you know what to do. Either, check out your baskets as quickly as possible, or if you do come through to a short queue on our free phone number, stay where you are. A member of our help team will be with you shortly to allow you to add this to your order. Should be $8.95 down to $6.95 for what I would say is an essential finding. Lots and lots of people getting involved on that deal, as you'd expect. I mean, anytime you see these essential findings, snap them up, especially at clearance prices. You know you're going to need them. And of course, once again, these allow you to create a very professional finish to your designs, and that just ups the price points you can achieve. It shows your customers that you are working at a slightly higher level. Maybe, you know, you're one of those elite jewellery designers as opposed to a crafter. That's going to put their minds at rest. That's going to lead to greater sales for you. $6.95. Now, when we talk about selling your designs, more often than not, we think about working with precious metals. So it could be the rose gold plated, or it could be 925 sterling silver. We're going to bring you some pendant bales now, but with a little twist. Not only do you get a huge amount of sterling silver, but just have a look at the amount of detailing on the metalwork itself. Oh, gorgeous. Like a little fern leaf. Imagine if you create a gorgeous floral motif just to use this as your bail. It's going to look gorgeous, isn't it?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely. You get 3 of these as part of the deal. They're 9 by 20 millimetres in size. Seriously? You get 3 of these, and my producer just told me it's going to work out at less than £2 per finding. That is incredible. Imagine the amount of value these are going to add to your design. You get hefty sterling silver weight on each pendant. The amount of detailing is incredible. I mean, just one gemstone as your pendant, maybe one of the carved flowers.
Or, you know, Jan showed a couple of weeks ago, I think, the rose, the wire rose design.
Yes. That would be fantastic with that as the bail, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the design. I want to see that on the wall of fame.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to get an opportunity, because there are so many people already flying in on the phone lines. Instantly, people have designs in mind. They know the kind of sales this is going to create for everyone. Lots and lots of people multi-buying. Congratulations, Jane, you've got 2. John and Susan, you've got 2. June's got 2. If you're placing this in your basket, I don't say this to sound repetitive or to be annoying. It is purely to make sure you don't miss out. There's probably about 30 people with this in their basket already, and the phone lines are getting extremely busy. Can you imagine if you got hold of your Tanzanite or the Peacock Pearls, for example, just that on your sterling silver? Wow. So we're having a few messages in just to talk about how you might set a gemstone into this. I mean, I would take one of those pearls, little drop of jewellery glue, just set a pearl in there. Is that how you would approach this, or would you wrap that around a jump ring?
Can I come and have a
yes,
quick
absolutely.
look?
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
problem.
exactly sure how. Bail. Oh, I see. It's got like a pin, so you need the half. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying a little bit of jewellery glue. Set it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm on fire, Debs. I'm 2 for 2 now. I'm taking the correction as a win on my clamshell demo earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, you get 3 of these as part of this. There are huge numbers of people multi-buying this. Let's get the price on screen. Do you know what? Even though I'm normally really good with my maths, and you already told me less than £2 per finding, it still didn't register with me that you were going to take these under £6. Mainly because that is shocking.
It is.
we can't decide whether to take credit for this or not. That's the bottom line. They're in there saying, oh, I'm not sure whether we should have done that. I'm not sure whether to blame the management. Dion's here to give you these deals. I've got everybody here at JewelleryMaker is determined to make these items as accessible as possible. She wants to take credit, but she's worried.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be? Wow. Even if you got one of these for $5.95, the value they'd add to your designs, you'd be getting a deal and a half. But to get 3 of them...
But they're a nice size as well. It's not like they're sort of little tiny sort of drops. The leaves, you can see every single vein on the leaf, and you know, they're just really nicely made.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? The amount of work that's gone into the metal and the detailing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very labour intensive to bring them to you at $5.95. As I say, that didn't even register. And of course, you do get your little assay stamp. I don't know if we can show that at all. 925 there as well. So, you know, instantly adds value. Actually, here we go. We've got the perfect finish here. Half drilled peach pearl. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. What I would suggest, just snip a little bit of the pin off if you're getting hold of this pearl.
Like
it's just slightly longer than you need. That colour tone with that finish. I wish I had some jewellery so I could just make the design. There you go. Actually, I think. I thought I had it balanced. They're not. The detailing on these pendants is double-sided, as you can see, but the curvature goes one way, so you can see the way they should be set, but you do get that attention to detail on the back as well. So it's not just plain silver work on the back. You can see that, the detail, and then as I flip it over, there you go. So, I mean, serious value added to your design. And then you've got the little half-drilled peach pearl there. Details of the little pearl are available at the bottom of your screen. I've got fewer than 20 of this pendant bail opportunity remaining in stock. That's going to be a sellout deal. That's the bottom line. If you have just got hold of that and you are in the market for findings, you may have just tuned in. You might have had other commitments this morning. Don't forget, we gave you a whopping £20, the first ever price reduction on this beautiful collection. It also has those gemstone connectors in there. There's everything you're going to get, a length of chain, your S-hooks. Look at that. You also get your gemstone connectors there. So you get amethyst, labradorite, black onyx, lapis lazuli, rainbow moonstone, smoky quartz, adventurine, carnelian, peridot, as well as your little bird-shaped charms, your floral charms, your double-drilled, brushed floral spacers, shepherd hooks, toggle clasps, spacer beads, jump rings. As I said, a metre of chain should be $39.95. This morning, because we're in a good mood, $29.95. That is a fantastic deal, especially if you are planning on selling your designs in 2015. Add that to your order. Take advantage. The first ever clearance price on that particular collection. Amazing opportunity this morning, and it was very, very popular, so make sure you add that to your order. And we're going to come over to you in a couple of minutes, Debs. Just give you that heads up this time so you don't have to tidy up when I arrive. That's going to be for our final kit of the morning. So many people taking advantage of our jewellery kits today. In fact, I think we're ready right now. If you're ready to have me, Debs.
I am.
There we go. I'm going to come over. So this is our final kit of the morning. Another opportunity to get everything you need to create beautiful suites of jewellery. And I am so excited about this because I did the original launch of some of the colour tones of the deluxe wire.
I bought loads of it.
Did you? Oh, right.
Yeah.
There you go. So you were actually watching that show then, so you saw Fiona's designs and you felt inspired by what you saw then?
I don't know if it was you.
It might have been Carol the day before then.
Yeah, it was Carol.
There you go.
Yeah. And I bought tons of it. I think I bought every single colour, but I hadn't had a chance.
Well, you missed out on the turquoise because I launched that the next day.
Yeah. I hadn't had a chance to actually use it until it was in a kit on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So I didn't see Fiona's designs.
There you go. So
but,
actually,
I love it. I think it's brilliant stuff.
Well, at the time, I was really interested to see somebody else's kind of taking it, because I'd only seen Fiona's designs. I wanted to see, you know, the different interpretations, because it is so impressive, isn't it?
It's absolutely incredible the way you can have quite flat pieces, or you can have quite sculptural, three-dimensional pieces with it, and it's just so versatile.
It's the best of both worlds, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And the colours are gorgeous. All of the colours that I've seen.
The two that we've gone for here, I mean, it's a classic combination, isn't it?
Yeah.
Multi-seasonal as well, because in the winter you've got the kind of icy blues. In the spring and the summer you've got the kind of nautical feel, if you like, from the blues and the silvers. So you get your denim deluxe wire mesh or wirelux, and then you've got the silver as well. They're 20mm in diameter, and you get 24 inches of both. It's taken us a long time to source this product. It's been available in the States for some time, but at very, very considered price points, to about kind of like over $40 for these kind of lens. Of course, here at JewelleryMaker, we want to give you a wholesale price point. We've also put it with wire. Perfect combination, isn't it? So you get, so you get 10 meters of your 1mm and 10 meters of your 0.4mm in the corresponding colours. So you've got the electric blues and the silvers, just like you have with the wire mesh. And then we've mirrored that in the gemstones. So you've got your silver coated pyrite rounds, 3mm, again that delicate size, perfect as an accent, or maybe, you know, if you want to frame your cabochons, for example,
you can frame
perfect.
It and
these cabochons
and they're beautiful.
Amazing. I mean, for anybody who got the Prong setting DVD, these would be good, wouldn't they?
They would. They'd make gorgeous rings, or just simple pendants, or the two of them together. So you have the pair underneath the oval, just drop in.
Ooh, like gorgeous, wouldn't it? In one the metallic inclusions, but they're not as, you know, they're not as sort of hard hitting as you normally would associate with lapis lazuli.
Normally it's a lot more intense, isn't it? The blue. It's not as light as a soda light.
Somewhere in between, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like an electric blue, actually, I would say. Absolutely gorgeous. So you've got the pear-shaped cabochon, it's 20 by 15mm, and you've got the oval shape, 30 by 22, and you can see the kind of texture that the wirelux gives you here. You can see again the injection of I suppose carrot from your wire work as well there, Debs.
This is my new favourite thing to do.
It's like this as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
But because we brought you the launch of the Prong setting DVD this morning, we're going to show you how to do a little bit of that right now, aren't we?
Yeah, it's the most simple technique ever.
But before we do that, Debs, I'm getting so excited. We better do a price point. Sorry. $34.95. So many people already coming through for this one. If you were to buy all of this individually, it would be over £60. But this morning you can add it to your order at the wholesale price point of $34.95. Now, as I said, the Wire Deluxe on the American market has been available for roughly $48 for real. We have got it down to $14.95 per packet, but that means that if you were to buy these two individually, that would be $29.90. So for an extra £5, you can have 40 meters of wire, those two gorgeous cabochons, and your faceted silver coated pyrite.
And the ribbons actually go quite a long way, because I used every scrap of the silver,
right? But
I've made that big statement necklace and the simple bracelet out of the one pack.
Out of that pack, wow.
So
does go quite a long way then.
Yeah, It does, you get a lot out of it.
Sorry. I've just heard. Because of the blues that are involved in this, because Dee is seeing the silver as the accent colour here.
Yes,
that's why she's gone so low. This is the lowest price kit of the morning because of the injection of blue colour tones here. So should be £61.05.
Wow.
This morning, $34.95. Amazing opportunity again. Huge numbers of people putting it in their basket. I keep getting excited because everybody comes through so quickly.
Yeah. It is.
We hadn't even given you the bargain basement price point of $34.95. We can now have a look at how you would prong set the cabochon into your designs. Sorry, guys. Getting told off I am, as you'd expect. What's new? What's new?
Right. What I did was just made a little framework.
Okay.
That sits behind the ribbon on the pendant. So to do that, there was no intricate measuring involved because I'm not good at intricate measuring very often. So I've just taken sort of 6 inches of the 1mm wire, and then probably around about a third of the way down, just use my flat nose pliers to bend up and then bend back the other way.
Okay.
And you get a zigzag, and then just bend this down. Now if you've got your coated pliers, they're perfect because then you can squeeze the wire together and get a nice neat prong on. And using your flat nose pliers again, just pop it right up. Oh, nice neat prong, she says, and then mangles it. That's better. Pop your pliers on the other side and push it up, so you've then got that sort of shape going on. Now to measure where I want the next one to go, what I did was placed it next to my cabochon and just saw that I need it around about here. So I'm going to pop my pliers back on. Make sure your first prong is pointing straight up, and then repeat that process again, and you'll end up with 2 prongs. So I did that for those 2, and then just back up, standing up proud, and then going back. Now the framework is actually square because I want it to sit behind the ribbon. I don't want it to be sort of sticking over the edge. So fold both sides back down, and then pop your cabochon on. Just measure, make sure you push it all the way in, right up, and measure where your next prongs need to go. So there are really complex calculations, I think, that you can do to get these exact if you need to. But me being me, I don't necessarily need it exact. So back that way, and then that way. And this is the longest sort of part, really, is bending your 4 prongs. And then once you've got that framework constructed, all you need to do on the pendant that I made in the kit, I actually turned 2 little loops here and stitched the frame together. So take a section of your ribbon, and what I do is I cut the outer knitted section on the ribbons, but I don't cut all the way through because then you keep these strands here, and then you can use your pliers and ratchiness from the cut ends of the wire, and then you can just flatten it down again. And then all I did was fold it over, and that makes the bail for the pendant, and then take in the 0.4 blue wire, just stitch it together there, so that's then ready. Then your frame just fits on the back of the ribbon, and you stitch it in place. So
Fantastic.
that just takes a little while just to stitch that in, but it's dead easy because then you don't need to make a framework out of your wire.
It creates the backdrop.
It creates the frame to sit your capuchon on.
Fantastic.
So I'll just do that quickly, and then all you need to do, if you want to, you can pop just a little bit of the 6000 glue on the back of your capuchon, but you don't really need to. So I'll just...
More time when you're at home to be delicate with it. Yeah.
Just make sure it's all sewn on and in place, and then pop your capuchon on top, and then just bend your prongs
around there
in place. So do diagonal on an oval like this. You would do it diagonal just to make sure that it's all secure and exactly in place. This is going to move all over the place because I've not actually stitched it in place properly. So
you're under the pressure of live TV and showing everybody, so as you say at home, you have plenty of time to just make sure
you don't
it's done
really want to
precisely.
watch me just stitching around the frame, do you?
No,
it's not very exciting.
That's all good.
So that's like that, and you've finished off the ends, and then all I did to finish off the bail section here was I actually pinched it together.
Okay.
I'm down at the top, so I
this
pinched
is where we
it
start
together.
to see the benefit of the actual wire mesh.
Then pinch it front to back, and it holds its position, and then you can just open it up slightly and thread through with your wire or some beads or whatever you want really to hang the pendant. But that's the theory, that's how that works.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's proved to be very, very popular kit.
It's amazing.
Your designs are absolutely inspirational, Debs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great demonstration there. So we've seen the use of the wire latch from a different angle, and we've seen some prong setting. Can't go wrong this morning. All the treats in 2015. And of course, we're about to have another treat because we're going to see what you've been making. Time for the final instalment today of the Wall of Fame. Welcome back to the Wall of Fame, and time to have a look at your designs. I have got number 353. This has been set in by very regular contributor Della Tink.
Hi Tink.
Hobson. Says, Happy New Year to all at JM. Simple and quick hair comb I made for my grandma for Christmas using emerald, which is her birthstone. And it's my first ever hair comb. Very simple, looks fab. Love and hugs to all from Della. So you're number 353. Thanks for sending that in.
This is 351. Fantastic colours here. From Glynis Allen. Yep, in Greater Manchester. Hi all at JM. This is my first entry to the Wall of Fame. I thought I would enter this Baroque pearl necklace and earring set. I kept the design simple, as I think stunning colour is a statement in itself. It certainly is. The pearls and findings are all from JM. Best wishes for 2015 to everyone. From Glynis Allen. That's gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. I've got number 354, and this has come in from Chantal. And it says, Morning Jewellery Makers, here's my latest bracelet. It's a simple stretchy with with a present I got for Christmas. It's lemon quartz and ruby nuggets, and it's gorgeous. Love, Chantal in Suffolk. I mean, that is just fantastic, isn't it? Just keep it simple, and it always works. Number 354, and you have been entered into the draw, Chantal. So, yeah.
352 is from Wendy. Please find attached my Wall of Fame entry for this week, a pendant and earring set made with JM silver-plated copper chandeliers, which are wonderful. All findings are JM, and the agate beads are from my stash. I wish all at JM a happy new year and look forward to more jewellery making fun in 2015. And that's from Wendy Bradford. Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. I've got number 355. These are gorgeous colours. My producer Dee will like this one. This has come in from Mary, and it says, "Hi Jem, here's my latest Wall of Fame entry, and fingers crossed to see it on the show." There you go. My copper bangle with apatite chips and labradorite, all JM products. Thanks for all the inspiration in 2014. Wishing the whole team the best for 2015. And Mary, that is beautiful. And number 355. Thanks to everybody for sending in your designs. Everyone will be entered into the draw, so don't panic. And we're going to go to a quick break. When we return, we are going to start bringing you some wholesale bundles so you can maximise on that 1 P&P per day. Do not move a muscle. You know what Dee's like. She's going to make it worth your while. So stick around. We'll be back in 2.
Today's course has been really good. I've been on the micro macrame course with Deb Rudge, and we've been doing quite a lot of knotting techniques and bringing them together to make a little small owl. And then we're currently working on a freeform necklace or bracelet, which is really good because there's no rules. It's been a really, really good day. You get an awful lot from it, just in terms of being able to use your own imagination to transfer it into the piece that you're making, and it's just been a really good day, yeah.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with JewelleryMaker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our JewelleryMaker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Join our guest designer Mark Smith on his Makes for Men DVD. You'll experience many different techniques specifically designed for creating men's jewellery. This DVD will cover how to make a slip knot, railroad bracelet, metal with leather techniques, cufflinks, a wraparound bracelet and a ball chain bracelet. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Join JewelleryMaker and specialist guest designer Louise Jacobson for our basic wirework course. This class is suitable for complete beginners who wish to learn simple wire wrapping techniques to create stunning structural designs. Louise will teach you all the essential skills to get started, including basic spirals, double connectors and much, much more. The full course includes a range of different wire gauges, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker on the 1st of January, and if you are just joining us, Happy New Year! I will just say, we've already brought you so many treats this morning. We will recap some of the fantastic items that we've got stock remaining in, because it has been extremely busy. So thank you for joining us, all the early birds, since 9 AM. And if you have got your order up and running, of course it's 1 P&P per day here at Jewellery Maker. Just £2.95 is our standard P&P, and we're about to make it worth your while because we're going to bring you some under £10 deals. So you can add these to your order, make the most of the incredible opportunity, really, to add to your order all day long, right up from midnight to midnight. 1 P&P per day. And we have got, oh, hello, a double trouble deal here. Oh, I'd tell you what, if you got hold of the Peacock Pearls, look at that for a combination. This is your Peacock Shell Pearl, 8mm. These are 11mm. Do you like that, Debs?
I do.
That is gorgeous, isn't it?
With some black lace. Or the navy blue lace. Oh, yes.
We're going to do that next, apparently. There
Gorgeous.
You go. So, if you got hold of your Peacock Pearls, are there any Peacock Pearls remaining in stock? We'll have a look at that in a little moment. We'll show you the details for those. Right now, Peacock Shell Pearl, double deal. Then, beautiful Iolite ovals, double deal. They range in size from 6x5 to 12x8, beautiful violet tones. They're actually quite rich violet and blue tones coming through from your Iolite on this particular strand. As I say, they do graduate in size from 6x5 to 12x8. 75 carats normally as part of this bundle, 100 carats. So that's why I say double the peacock tones here. Hold on a minute, 4 strands. Can't go under £10 on this one though, surely. £2.49. I like that. As I say, you'd be disappointed if I didn't do it. Chantal in Suffolk, who just featured on the Wall of Fame. You're straight in to confirm your order on this one. Congratulations. Of course, you can. I imagine you can already see the designs you're going to create here, because you've got the graduation in the size of your Iolite. A very, very historic gemstone, of course. And then you've got those colour tones being mirrored in the beautiful uniformed 8mm rounds of your shell pearl, all for £2.49 per strand. That's what we do here at Jewellery Maker. We make genuine gemstones as affordable and accessible as possible. Say that again, sorry? Okay, around about a 45-second queue on the phone line, so less than a minute. Stay where you are. It is a free phone number, of course, from a landline. And as soon as you come through to a member of our very talented help team, they will add this to your order for less than £10. This is a serious add it to your order price point, especially when you consider everything you're going to get here. I mean, if I said to you any other day, if I just said to you, how about these 2 Gems of Distinction strands of Iolite for £9.95, less than £5 a strand, I'd expect that to be a sellout deal. When we throw in 2 strands of the Peacock Pearls as well, Peacock Shell Pearl I should say, perfect. And actually, as sort of Linda often says, because I've done a couple of pearl showcases, she always says, the ultimate photo, only accompaniment to your culture pearls would be her shell pearls, because you need the uniform size, and then to find that colour tone in culture pearls and shell pearl. Is that, do you find that when you've got similar colours, it helps to inspire your designs, Deb?
Sometimes it's similar colours, but you know, it's like the colours that are coming off of that.
Sure.
You can then work from.
So right, that's interesting with the shell pearl, because you get the variations in colour with the light playing on the surface. You can kind of centre your design around those colour themes. That's nice.
So I can see quite a lot of blues coming off, and golds as well as the deeper,
that's so interesting, because from obviously I'm at the opposite angle to you. I can see purples and greens.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's the beauty of it as a gemstone.
You can have a play with it, can't you? And just see what combinations work, and it's beautiful. So yeah, anything blue, anything gold colour, it look amazing with some of the labradorite, some of the big cabochons that we've had in labradorite.
Absolutely, those larger cabochons have real gorgeous labrador essence, don't they? Well, you're speaking producer Dee's language, because you said the words anything blue. And that's exactly how she feels about gemstones. Wow, somebody's just bought 4 of this particular bundle. Clearly Brenda identifying the value there. Add it to your order price of under £10. Now, I did promise you a few under £10 deals, but because we've made reference to the lace, we're gonna just nip ahead and do that one quickly, because you get your red, your navy blue, and your black as part of this. These are so delicate, aren't they? My director just pointing out to the producer there that one of the packs is blue. Blue lace there. Oh, she said, don't worry, I'd already taken that into consideration. Actually, Jan made some fantastic designs with these on Sunday night, if you were tuned into that particular show. And we were very busy on Sunday. We were joined by Alison, Rachel and Jan, so it's a bit of a wire work special. Alison, of course, coming up at 1 PM on the Designer Inspiration Show. And what Jan did was just to cut out independent segments of the lace. So she took, for example, 2 little flowers and then created a pair of earrings using those.
Yeah, I've done that. Stiffened it with the PVA solution, and then I made an earring and bracelet.
Works perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it gives you a mixed medium effect, which is really popular. And you've got these kind of classic motifs inside the designs. You can do that, you're still going to have lots of different design opportunities. So you get 5 pieces of your black lace, 5 pieces of your red, and 5 of your navy blue. Normally, oh, look at that, for your masquerade ball masks. That's fantastic, isn't it? Normally, this would be $29.85. So $9.95 per pack normally, which is already incredible value. I mean, anybody that goes to the independent craft shops or the haberdashery shops, you'll know that you can pay quite a lot for kind of lace with this level of detailing and this quality.
Yeah.
That's not going to be your price this morning. As I say, we're here to start 2015 with a bang. $14.95, essentially a half price deal. If you can let me off sort of 5p or 7p, whatever it is, that it would make it exactly half price. $14.95. Normally $29.85. This morning, $14.95.
You'd pay that for one piece somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. Honestly,
quite usually.
There's a haberdashery shop close to me, and I have to say, I would never, you know, do them a disservice. In fact, the lady in there is so helpful. She sewed my button back on for me.
Oh, bless her.
I took it in and I said, I need a button to go on this. And she said, oh yeah, I've got that one. And she said, oh, just give it here. And just did it for me. So I would never, you know, do them a disservice. And I know, obviously, that independent shops do have, you know, different modes of business, different overheads. Of course, I understand that. But obviously, because of the buying power we have, because of the unique way we work, we can provide you with these wholesale deals. $14.95 for your lacy bundle. And also, we've seen some fantastic designs, haven't we, of where people have sort of layered these up to create gorgeous combinations. I love that look. Actually, on that note, can we just see everything you're going to get again? Yeah, brilliant. And I'm just going to run over here and grab these 2 pieces just to show you that full effect there of layering up the colour tones. So this is the black and white, this is the red and purple, but it's just to give you an idea of how they would work together. Look at that. That's kind of Flapper Girl-esque, isn't it? Very 1920s, that one. Love this. This is more opulent. This kind of has a Bollywood-like feel to me.
Because the colours are...
Yeah, the colour tones, the opulence of the gold. Huge saving there. Should be $29.85, back down to $14.95. We are going to move on to our next deal. And are these the the velvet bags. Gorgeous. So we're going to continue now with the under £10 deal. So we just went out there because Deb inspired us by talking about the lace. We're going to go back to under £10 now and bring you the navy blue velvet bags. They come in 5 sort of graduated sizes: 22 by 17, 19 by 15, 16 by 12, 12 by 10 and 9 by 7. Perfect, again, for if you are planning to sell your designs in the new year. This is the way to present your high-end pieces. Your Tanzanites of this world need to be coming in a velvet bag, don't they?
Yeah, it looks really expensive in that blue, doesn't it?
Good, yeah, really luxurious, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, look at that. I mean, you could even use these just to display your goods, actually. Yeah. They're that luxurious, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I know some people often use this as a sort of selling tool in itself, because they'll say, you know, if you were willing to take the design, I would put it in a beautiful gift bag for you, even add a little bit of a cost. Or would you like the gift bag, and add a few pounds on for that, because these are seriously luxurious. I'll tell you a great benefit of working with the bags: if you sell your designs online and you place your item in a box, it instantly is classified as a small package and you have to pay more P&P. Whereas if you put it in a gift bag, you can put it in a jiffy bag and pay lower posting packaging. It's fine margins when you're running a small business, and those are the kind of ways that you can, you know, make more money. I mean, that's what we're trying to do when we're running a small business. Okay, under £10, that's the promised on screen. Oh wow, not a little bit. I thought it was gonna be £9.95. £6.95. That's an incredible deal, isn't it? I mean, if you can imagine, you know, we were talking about the kind of price point you want to achieve on your pearls. And I know that some people almost feel a bit self-conscious, shall we say, about charging, for example, £30, £40 for a pair of earrings when they've only paid £40 for the pearl strand. But that is a wholesale deal.
Yeah.
And of course, if you are charging somebody sort of £30, £40 for a pair of earrings, and then you put them in this beautiful gift bag, I can assure you they're not going to be disappointed. They can be over the moon at getting pearls for that price.
Well, if you try and replace them somewhere else yourself to make more, then you're going to be paying more.
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly right. There you go. Debs hits the nail on the head there. £6.95. The only reason I make reference to that is because we had a few people texting in on Sunday night asking Jan just that question. So, you know, never feel that you're not giving your customers a great deal. And, you know, we do say, don't we, you know, underpricing is as bad as overpricing, really, isn't it? You don't want to be devaluing gorgeous gemstones. And the only reason we can offer you these prices, of course, is because of the unique way we source gemstones and your other items. Actually, we've got buying offices all over the globe. We've got whole teams of people dedicated to getting you the most competitive prices on the market, right down from, you know, the likes of Tanzanite to your satin cord. 10 metres of each colour tone. Rainbow of satin cord here. So you've got your green, your ruby red, your tangerine, your sky blue, your amethyst purple, and that beautiful buttercup yellow, or maybe daffodil yellow if you're planning your spring designs now. There's a lot of organised designers out there who will be quite methodical in their approach, aren't they? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 metres in total, all 1mm satin cord. So all the colour tones you could need, and I still see the under £10 phrase behind my head, so I think we're going to... Oh! Again, I tricked myself. I keep thinking when I see under £10, I think, oh, £9.95 it is. £6.95. And again, you know, if you go to other suppliers, they'll charge you per metre. Yeah. I think the lowest price point I found online for a shop selling by the metre was around about 70p per metre. Which sounds about right.
Sounds all right, yeah.
I mean, I've been to a craft shop close to me, an independently owned one, it was £1.30 a metre. Yeah. So that would cost you over £60 for this kind of cord in those kind of establishments. £6.95. Maybe your New Year's resolution is to add a new discipline to your repertoire. Maybe you're going to take up the likes of macrame. We heard earlier somebody saying they're going to go to Mark's workshops in the new year. why not stock up on your satin cord? Once you've mastered the likes of Kumihimo macrame, you're going to want 60 metres of satin cord in your stash. We're going to move on. So much to bring you, and actually, do you know what, this is really useful. We had a few kits this morning that have been quite design focused and centered around particular items. So the likes of the first kit was very pearl focused. We just saw the Wire Lux kit there, of course. That means that they haven't had necessarily a findings pack with them. Well, we've got a wholesale deal on your findings pack now, a double deal in fact. Oh, do you know that this is still behind me? Oh, you do? Really? Aren't these normally? Okay. You know what? Mine is not to question why. I'll just get on with it, shall I? I'll take you through what you're going to get. 118 pieces of silver plated copper in both kits, a metre of chain, your head pins, your ribbon cord ends, fancy earring findings, shepherd hooks, spacer beads, jump rings, toggle clasps, as well as, I think I just saw the little, yes, it's the hexagon shaped toggle clasp. So again, adding a little bit of interest, a little bit of texture into your design. Look at that, the brushed metalwork alone. Now I know for a fact that when people start selling, the mechanics of your designs, the findings, are the one thing people tend to run out of the most. Especially when you start to get personal commissions, and that's going to happen in 2015 for a lot of you. People are going to start coming to you and saying, can you make me this? Can you design me a one-off piece for a wedding? In fact, we had a great text last night that said, you know, somebody had such small wrists, they couldn't find something suitable to wear to their own wedding, so they had to go to one of our jewellery makers, one of our jewellery designers, to get that bespoke finish. This is going to be another draw for you as a designer. Can you imagine not meeting a deadline because you ran out of findings? You're going to lose your commission, you know. It's all about word of mouth when you're running a small business like this, isn't it? Stock up on your essential findings while you can. Actually, if you think about it, you're going to get, what, over the double deal, 90 head pins, is that right? You've got 45 head pins. My director is just making a fantastic point. He's saying, if you went to another supplier, could you get a bag of 90 head pins, let alone at the price we're going to give you for? You know, they come in like packs of 10, that's what Debbie Bulford was saying, yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah, there's nowhere in between, exactly.
No.
Okay, a wholesale deal here. 2 metres of chain alone could cost you this kind of price point from other suppliers. We are going to make this an essential deal for all jewellery makers this morning. We're about to take it under £10. I've already got the free phone number lighting up like a Christmas tree. Probably the last day I can say that. Let's get the price on screen. £9.95 for 236 pieces of silver plated findings. And also, the other thing to consider is that when you are attending your craft fairs, yes, you want to stand out, you want to be working with prestigious gemstones, luxury metals, but you don't want to kind of narrow your market. You don't want to say, oh, I only cater for people who have come with cash to spend. You want to have the pocket money pieces as well, because, of course, it only takes one sale to put people's minds at rest. Straight away, they're going to come back to you. The next time they come to the craft fair, you're going to think, there's Karen, who I bought a pair of earrings off last time. I'm going back to her store. And then, you know, it might be a £5 pair of earrings the first time. The next time, it might be a £25 set. And then, of course, the third time it could be, can I give you a personal commission? Can you create this fascinator? I'm going to Ladies' Day at Ascot. You know, this is the way you build up a small business. Yeah. I would have thought.
Yeah. And it's quite often better to build up organically,
gradually,
if you like, than in one big
If you shoot for the moon, then you might fall short. But if you build up short, in little, you know, graduations, then, and also you can then manage your own growth.
Exactly, yeah.
And you're not putting yourself under pressure.
You're not stressing out about everything.
Incidentally, I mean, we saw that, didn't we? You know, famously, if you watch the Apprentice on BBC One, probably the most accomplished candidate in that basically got put out the process because she aimed too high, didn't she? Because she didn't have a scale for her business.
Yeah.
She wanted to, you know, borrow millions of pounds and go worldwide in her first year. You know, it's not realistic when you're starting a business. You need to start slowly, build up a customer base, and this is the way to do it. Wholesale price points, make things affordable, attract attention to your designs, and then, in time, people will start to approach you. When you're starting to look at personal commissions featuring Peacock Pearls or Tanzanite, that's when you can start to say, well, I'm looking at £99 or £150. Who knows? You know, you might be approached by your local jeweller like Jan has to create designs on their behalf. £9.95, huge number of people multi-buying this particular item. 236 pieces of silver-plated copper, 118 in each kit for £9.95. That's less than £5 per finest kit and over 100 in each pack. It's absolutely phenomenal, the value that we can give you here at JewelleryMaker. Again, lots and lots of people placing this in their baskets. That does not guarantee the item. Regular viewers probably bored of me saying that, but of course we're getting lots and lots of new viewers since Christmas. People have been introduced to the hobby. I do want to make it clear for everyone, you need to check out to ensure that you get hold of this. By doubling up the deals, of course, we only ever have limited availability on these clearance deals, on these wholesale opportunities, and I don't want anybody to miss out, so please make sure you check out if you want to get hold of those findings. Oh, right, okay, so we've got a handful of strands remaining in the Tanzanite. I just made reference to it, so we will show you the graphics. If you know, if you were out this morning, maybe you did have to work this morning or through the night, maybe you've just got in and you're thinking, Tanzanite, Ed, I want some Tanzanite. We do still have some opportunities. At the time, we were oversubscribed because we had people in their baskets who weren't checking out. That has left us with 5 remaining in stock. Graduated rounds of one of the most luxurious gemstones on the planet, one of the rarest gemstones available. Oh, I've already got interest. People placing this in their baskets once again. Start checking out now. £79.95, less than £2 per carat for perfectly polished graduated rounds of a gemstone that is thought to be 1,000 times rarer than diamonds. A one location gemstone, one of the most popular and beautiful colour tones. In fact, the 2 most popular colour tones of any gemstone buyer are purple and blue, and Tanzanite, of course, exhibits both of those colours. Absolutely phenomenal, and it looks to me like that is going to be a sellout today. So please make sure you are checking out your baskets, otherwise expect to miss out. Okay, we're going to move on. Oh. Now, do you know what? I think I left it over on Dev's desk. Kerry's coming to my rescue. Thank you. Thanks, Kerry. This was the Prong setting DVD. We kind of did a double early bird this morning, just to say thank you for getting up bright and early and tuning in. This is the official TV launch of the Prong setting DVD. I think it has been made available online previously. If you want to see how to set your gemstones into these gorgeous Prong settings, this is the cover shot of the ring. We've also got this gorgeous pendant design. I mean, that is fantastic kind of, I think that's kind of Naylor-esque, I would describe that one as. £4.95 for the Prong setting DVD, and I will say, this is a particularly generous DVD, because not only does it take you from start to finish, including the introduction, the basics, but look at that, I mean, there's a lot going on that DVD, isn't there? 7 different parts, and of course you can apply these techniques to any Prong setting sort of piece once you've mastered how to do it. So solitaire rings tend to sell very well at craft fairs, or of course they tend to be very impressive if you present them to families and friends as gifts. I don't know what it is about rings, they just excite people, don't they?
I suppose it's because you can look at it yourself.
Yeah, actually you're right, isn't it? Yeah.
Pieces
if you're wearing something on the dead guitars, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could be right. Oh, once again, the phone lines have erupted with interest for this particular DVD. Around about 50 people have already jumped through to get hold of this. Maybe, it could be because there are like I say, lots of people who weren't up at 10 past 9 this morning. Well, we still have some stock availability on this particular DVD. And of course, the best thing about the DVD is not only do you have that sort of one-on-one tuition, but in your own living room, so it doesn't matter how many times you rewind or pause or how long it takes you to master that section, but also at $4.95, that is incredible value. I mean, honestly, go into your local newsagent, see how much you can pay just for a crafting magazine. Usually, you know, over £5 for one of those. I mean, like I say, I was going into the hobby shops the other day and I was looking at the books. I mean, there was actually one. I think there was one about making your own bracelets, one about making your own rings, and they were both well over £20. So to get this price point, I mean, maybe I was looking at the wrong authors, I don't know, but it's not an uncommon price point for books, I suppose.
No.
And we were saying earlier, weren't we, a lot of our designers out there in Jewellery Maker land will have kind of mastered the basic techniques by watching people on the screen.
Yeah, you've got moving images, so you can actually see it happening, can't you, rather than just having a still image. Because you're never quite sure what went before when you've just got a still photograph.
It's the difference between following a recipe in a cookbook and watching somebody prepare it on screen.
Yeah.
You just get a better idea of the dimensions,
I always do.
Of how it should look at different sections and stuff. Okay, we've got a queue of roughly 2 minutes on the phone lines for this particular DVD. Don't panic, stay where you are. We do have plenty of stock available on this. I know it's going to be popular. I mean, the designs are spectacular. I think Michelle's designs have always been popular here on Jewellery Maker, and the ones that featured on this DVD are going to attract a lot of attention, aren't they?
I would. I mean, they're all things that are going to build your skill base, so that you can then apply them to your own designs as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you've already taken us through some prong setting demonstration.
It was very basic.
Well, you can start off with those, and then maybe you were saying that's the beauty of prong setting. You can embellish the designs as much as you want once you're feeling confident,
and refine it, and so have it actually on show as part of your design as well. That's always nice.
I mean, it is almost like going to a workshop, but for $4.95, isn't it?
It is. It is, yeah, because you have got, you know, all those techniques on there. So you could run through it in a workshop, but some people aren't able to actually come to the workshop and make it down here. So, you know, it's,
and not only that, but when you're in a workshop, Dave, and you'll know this from experience, there's 10 people in the room.
Yeah,
everybody's vying for attention. Everybody wants the designer to come and help them. But of course here, the designer is in your living room and sort of talking you through the process, showing you what to do, like you said. And also, when you're in a workshop and somebody takes you through something, you don't, sometimes people are a little bit self-conscious, a bit nervous. They don't want to say, actually, can you show us that again?
Yeah.
Whereas you can rewind as many times as you want.
Well, you can learn at your own pace, can't you?
Yes.
So you're not then feeling under pressure to keep up with everybody else in the group, or, you know, because I think if you're in a workshop situation, sometimes people panic a bit if they feel they're being left behind. But there's none of that with the DVD. You just learn.
They're all teasing me. They're putting the pressure on me about the 6th of January when I go to the beginner's workshop. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep up. But I'm with Luscious Linda, my good friend, so I trust me, I won't be backwards in coming forward. Whoever I'm sitting next to, if you wanted to show again, just give me a nudge. I'll be like, right, Linda, do that again.
Yeah, she's going to hate the day, isn't she?
Absolutely not. Linda and I are very good friends. She'll be loving the fact that I'm in there. I've just
Giving her grief.
Linda says she might be coming down with something.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
I'm messing around. It's going to be well fun that day. Morning producer Kimbo is coming on that course as well with me.
Oh, is she?
Moral support.
Fab.
I'm going to need all the help I can get in there, aren't I? To be fair, a lot of the designers do say that I do have fantastic ideas. Do you know what, for me, it's just because I'm focused so heavily on chainmail, and you pretty much can't go wrong with chainmail. As long as you close your jump rings, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But when you start to do the basics, they have to be right. So anyway, well, you know, I'll listen to Linda, I'll learn. That's the whole point of going on the workshops. Recap now on the Peacock cultured potato pearls. These are the real deal. I mean, whenever we see them, we're just thinking Tahitian pearls. That's the only thing you can think of when you see them. They're not Tahitian pearls, they just look very, very similar because of the depth of colour, because of the huge array of colour tones that you see in the pearlescence. These were launched this morning at $39.95. We already had guest designer Jan, who is a pearl jeweller.
She's a pearl demon.
Yeah, she's the pearl demon. She's been commissioned to create pearl designs for her local jewellers, and she was straight on the phone to grab these. I mean, they're very, very close to being rounds, actually.
They're just gorgeous. And I'm hoping there's going to be some left in half an hour.
Nervous, yeah.
Checking my watch now, yeah.
Already, people coming back through. If you're still waiting in a queue for the DVD, don't panic. We are working through the calls as quickly as possible. It is a free phone number, so stay where you are. And of course, if you are coming to the back of that queue because you want to get hold of your pearls, same applies. Just stay where you are in a couple of minutes. About 2 minutes on the phone line, so nothing to worry about. We will be with you very, very soon. $39.95 on your Peacock Pearls. Luxury, luxury, luxury. Can't say it enough about those particular pearls. We are going to move on because we did bring you a double early bird this morning, and we started with the mini craft bag. First name craft, last name bag. Friends fans will love that reference. Mini craft bag with pockets and dividers here. Oh, we'll need something just to help identify. There you go. So you can see individual compartments. You get 6 of those. About ring box sized, actually. Perfect. Great way to maybe transport gemstones or findings, I suppose, in the little sections here, because these are your little zip ones. Could get some smaller tools.
I know what else would go in there really well is all your bottles of like Swelligant and patinas and stuff.
Yes, the little mica powders and the gleams.
Mica powders would, yeah.
Actually, do you know what? This morning we've brought you this findings pack in the storage boxes. They fit in there perfectly. I mean, very few people are going to transport their findings loose anyway. Oh, and I've just managed to get 3 stacked up in one compartment. Okay, so we'll go for that again. 3 in there. Aha. So anybody... Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room. I've got 6 of these individual...
On a roll now.
Yeah. So you could actually get a huge number of these.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Now Rachel's just texting to say your business cards as well in there for all your personal commissions.
Perfect.
Actually, you want it in there, don't you? In the front pocket. Whip it out.
Just like that.
Sammy, guest designer, has grabbed one of these. And Sammy does a lot of events and craft fairs, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So that's a kind of good endorsement of how useful the product is. I mean, if you get hold of these 3 6s are 18, and what do you get here? 8 boxes. Yeah, so you could fit 2 of those storage finding selections in this bag alone. I mean, perfect if you are maybe going to create designs on site, because I know a lot of people do that, don't they? Sort of live jewellery making, even demonstrations.
Well, the thing is, if you don't, then it's almost like wasted time.
Yes.
Oh
yeah, you're just sitting around. Yeah, that's pointless.
And people are interested to see what you're doing and see that you're actually making things up.
That's good craft fair advice there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
keep busy.
I do always say this. This is why I love the metal stamping, for example. because it helps you to individualise your gemstones, but also it's loud.
Yeah.
You might have noticed I'm quite loud. So anything that makes a noise, I'm going to be a fan of. But of course, people are going to say, what is going on over there?
Yeah.
They're going to come over to your stall. And also, people go to stalls, they emanate towards stalls where there are people buying or watching.
Yeah, something's happening.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And if you sit there, you lay all your designs out, and then you sit reading a magazine, what do you expect? You know, people aren't going to come over, are they? No. Okay, we're going to move on from the craft bag. Congratulations to everybody who just got hold of that. Okay, I'm just going to take all those out. Oh, we'll sort that out in 1 second because we've got so much to get through. Where do we want to go to? Sorry. Oh, right, another recap of another premiere item. We do still have some limited availability on this item. These flew out the door when we launched them earlier this morning, but we do have some remaining in stock, and already huge numbers of people coming through on the phone line and at JewelleryMaker.com to multi-buy this item. Really, really interesting gemstone because, of course, they've got this beautiful, I think textured finish is a good way to describe them. We've almost been describing them as icicles. You say shards of ice.
They're like shards of ice, or like driftwood. You know where you see broken trees or driftwood where you can see all the different linear
That's a great way of describing them because of the crystal structure. Yeah. Because it's quartz, it does almost look like driftwood.
Yeah.
I've just had a thought.
Oh, steady.
Could you use these as the T-bar of a talker? So you've got a gemstone T-bar.
You could. Where are they? Yeah, you could.
On the opposite side of a pair of cufflinks.
Cufflinks, yeah.
Boom, right there. Did you actually see the light bulb then on my head? So we saw you get excited then, Ed. I really want that pair of cufflinks. Okay, can we get a strand of this for the 6th of January? I want to take a pair of those cufflinks away with me.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Do you know what? My director's just had his own little moment of inspiration there. He's saying the kind of Tarkshuth. I meant to say shark tooth. Surfer style design. So all you need is a length of cord, one of these on there for a gents design. Pretty unisex, aren't they? Oh, listen, he's pricing them up now. He said I'd do them £3.50. I like it, Ollie.
I used some flat slabs in a challenge. When was it? A couple of days ago.
Right, okay.
And glued it into the ribbon cord endings.
Nice.
And then you could put that onto a leather.
You can easily put that onto any sort of necklace design you've got. That's fantastic. Anne has texted through to say, up till 4 beading, starting the year off as I mean to go on. Get in. I like that celebration. That's nice, Anne. Don't forget, we did ask you all to text in your sort of New Year's jewellery making resolutions this morning. So thanks a lot for getting involved and interacting with the show. Okay, there is still a queue on the phone lines. We have created a little bit of a influx of calls, shall we say, into our help team. They are fantastic over there and they are helping everybody as quickly as they can. So stay where you are, roughly just under 2 minutes, so don't panic too much. We're going to move on now. I'm going to bring you another deal. Oh, gorgeous. The ultimate accent. We always think about this neutral tone, don't we? I think, you know, when a lot of people are thinking of investing in bespoke jewellery design, maybe their natural association with precious gemstones is to see this kind of clarity, this sparkle. I think it's all down to diamonds, probably. That's a lot of people's traditional association with gemstones. But as you start to inform and educate your customers, they will start to maybe do their own research. And one of the gemstones that you're going to see being heavily used on the high street, for example, is topaz. A lot of people use this as an accent stone in, well, set into sterling silver, but also into 9-carat gold. So a lot of those designs these days. And here you've got white topaz, so you've got the neutral tone as well. It will go with any other gemstone. You've got your classic sort of cushion cuts here, top drilled, faceted to perfection. Very heavily faceted actually, so sparkling beautifully. And then faceted rondelles as well. They range in size from 5x2 to 7x3, almost like a graduation rather than a range of sizes actually. 90 carats of your rondelles, 65 carats of your cushion cuts. Very, very high-end feel to these. We have had quite a lot of topaz in the past. We've always been successful in sourcing it, but it has tended to be quite heavily included. This is certainly giving you greater clarity than we usually see, and as a result, beautifully sparkly. Perfect for bridal commissions potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe set with the pearls that we had in the first kit.
Yes. That'd work really nicely. Yeah.
Tiaras or.
But they have got real sparkle to them, so yeah, let the space get round them.
Yeah, you want the light to enter this gemstone, don't you? You want it to sparkle. Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely gorgeous, but it's got that icy-like feel to it, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Yeah.
Very, very popular at the moment for all of those little Elsas out there. all right, I'll let it go. They were just.
I can hear them singing.
They started singing. We're going to get you to do a rendition of that. Oh no, actually, we've had enough of jewellery makers singing. Not Ben and Ollie. They're talented musicians.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's get the price on screen. Huge numbers of people coming through for this one. Whoa! Less than £15 a strand from our Gems of Distinction range. Wow, so the cushion cuts. The cushion cuts are spectacular. The rondelles are usually £19.95 any other time. So that means you're getting the cushion cuts for less than £10. Well, £10 exactly, rather. Well done, Ed. Normally good on maths. That's what I'm good for. I'm getting that wrong now. Oh, I don't
Doesn't bode well for the rest of the day.
I'm going to take over at one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's laughing. We're in trouble now. We're going to be having some fun. In about 15 minutes time, we're going to be kicking off the Designer Inspiration Show. I'm going to be sticking around to show you Alison's designs. We know how inspirational all of our designers are, but we are spoiling you in 2015. We've already had Deb up until 1, and now Alison's going to join us. Amazing. Alexandra has texted in to say, Happy New Year, guys. Ed, I did Linda's course with Martha, Liam and Dion. Great fun. Unfortunately, lots of blue available. That's a reference to my producer loving blue. Oh, right, great. So you guys all did this earlier in the year. Oh, you took some moral support as well, Dee. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I mean, really. Oh, everybody's telling me how amazing Linda is.
Oh, she is though, isn't she?
Oh, she's awesome. I'm loving it. I'm actually really excited. I have to do my show later that night. This will be a long day for me.
It will.
Oh, you'll be buzzing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely buzzing.
I hope I don't have a designer that night, because I'm going to be doing the demos. I'm only joking. I hope the designer is here to bail me out. Of course, this is the beauty of having our experts here at JewelleryMaker, because everybody is so inspirational, but in their own individual way, I think. Everybody seems to have their own style. Different. We don't see too many imitations. We just see everybody expressing their own style in all of their pieces.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
It's nice.
And of course, well, your friend in the living room we saw earlier, didn't we? Somebody texted in to say, I've got to go to work, so can you launch that a bit earlier? Producer Dion? Yeah, no worries. So I hope you got hold of that. Huge numbers of people coming through on the phone lines, a little bit of a queue. Bear with us, guys. It's just because of the deals being so good. We are going to move on, and we're going to bring you now some gold-plated headpins, another essential deal. This is gold-plated sterling silver. As always, I describe this as high-end on top of high-end. Can't go wrong. Beautiful ball head pins here as well, so you get that little bit of detailing. Oh, these are perfect for your sort of bubble cluster bracelets and necklaces.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I have an announcement to make at 1 PM regarding the winner of my Twitter competition. which is actually one of Fleur's designs, which is that style, that cluster style necklace. So yes, don't worry, I will be picking a winner in the break. Got all the names available for you. Gold-plated sterling silver ball head pins, 75 pieces in total. Precious metals, an essential deal, and here comes your price point. £10.95. Unbelievable value for gold-plated sterling silver. Okay, I think we do have a little bit of a queue on the phone lines. If you can shop online, I would definitely advise getting involved at JewelleryMaker.com. £10.95 for gold-plated sterling silver. I've got multi-buyers coming through for this particular deal, so congratulations, Carol. You've clearly got a very successful jewellery making business. Gail, you've got 3 of these coming your way, all the way down to Cornwall. Length and breadth of the UK coming through for this now. Please check out your baskets to ensure you are successful in adding this particular deal to your order. Gold-plated sterling silver for £10.95. And I mean, if you've already got your order up and running, maybe you got hold of Tanzanite, Peacock Pearls, blue coated quartz, maybe you got the clearance deal on the findings. Should have been $49.95 until 9 AM tomorrow morning. You can add all of this to your order for $29.95. That's a whopping £20 saving. So if you've paid your $2.95, why not come through for essential findings? Gold-plated sterling silver head pins, $10.95. There's everything you're going to get as part of this clearance deal. $29.95. Details of that are available at the bottom of your screen right now. Don't forget, at 9 AM tomorrow morning, that's going to go back up to $49.95. Already amazing value, but why not save yourself £20? And you've got all of those little gemstone connectors in there as well. Peridot, carnelian, labradorite, clear quartz, aventurine, lapis lazuli, smoky quartz, rainbow moonstone, amethyst and black onyx. Charlene, you've texted through to say, I already have these. They arrived yesterday, perfect quality as always. Is that? I think that's in reference to the head pins. Sorry, I just moved on because I my eye got caught by those fantastic clearance deals we brought you on the findings pack. $10.95 for your gold-plated sterling silver head pins. Oh, okay, so roughly 2.5 minutes on the phone line. Stay where you are. You know you can trust us. The help team will be with you very, very quickly. If you can't shop online, probably the most efficient way to do it right now. Just click to buy now, but make sure you're checking out your baskets because, of course, I don't know what the phone buyers are coming through for. So if you leave an item placed in your basket and somebody says, yeah, I want the Prong set and DVD, the Peacock Pearls, the last strand of Tanzanite, the craft bag, your item could get allocated to their order. I don't want anybody to miss out, mainly because you all give me in trouble on Facebook when I come up. They're like, I put it in my basket, missed out. You've got to be checking out, guys. $10.95 for your head pins. Are we going to cram in another deal? Loving it. Ooh, faceted rounds of black agate here. Ah, no, we've got the plain rounds and the faceted rounds. Take you through the sizes. Looks like 10mm and 8mm. Whoa, look at the lustre on those.
I know, I looked at those earlier. Big sparkly
that is serious sparkle,
lovely.
Isn't it?
Mm.
Ah, right, okay, so it's a graduation in size. You've got 12mm faceted rounds of black agate, 350 carats in total. Then you've got 10mm faceted rounds of black agate, 230 carats on that strand, and then 170 carats of your plain black agate rounds there. Perfect for so many different designs. Again, a perfect neutral. Will go with any other gemstone. But when I see this traditional lustre, I think of evening wear.
Yeah. Mind you, I think black sparkly anytime.
Wear anytime. Okay, well,
yeah.
I bow to your superior knowledge on these things then. $9.95. $9.95. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. That's amazing.
It just looks so sophisticated, doesn't it?
And the weight in those, it's going to feel really nice when you're wearing it.
Absolutely. Gem heavy.
Yeah.
Agate does offer you that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's one of massive benefits of working with our Getting a Course. Because it's a little more readily available, we can give you the larger sizes, the larger carat weights. We can facet it basically to within an inch of its life.
Yes.
So it's backwards like this. Still huge numbers of people coming through for this. Congratulations, Dahlia. You've been multi-buying, you got 2 of these, making the most of your 1 P&P per day, as most people are by the looks of it. I'm seeing lots of familiar names coming through. Lisa, you've got 2 of these as well. Congratulations to everybody making the most of our New Year's Day bonanza, which we have got up and running in style this morning. Anne has texted through to say, ooh, yum. Pretty much sums it up, I would say. Absolutely.
Yep, I'll agree with that, Anne.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Alison and Deb's nodding along with that one, and there you go. Yeah, £9.95, £3.32 per strand. Amazing. Okay, so over 2.5 minutes queue on the phone line. Everybody's suddenly woken up. So it is. Everybody's woken up from their New Year's Eve illness, shall we say.
Apart from the ones who hadn't gone to bed and were with us first thing.
That's
and
right.
they're now off to bed.
Stay awake, guys. Don't go to bed.
No.
Because I'm about to launch the Designer Inspiration Show with the wonderful Alison Tarry, formerly Hal. That's my error. Okay, we're moving on. And where are we going to? We're going to see what Deb's made. I've got myself all excited over the last few minutes. Looks like everybody else has as well, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, we gave you a little bit of a challenge, didn't we, this morning?
Yeah, not much, though.
That's the best way to describe it, isn't it? It wasn't much of a challenge because it was so easy to work with.
They were just gorgeous, those shell pearl.
So you had the kind of frosted cyan.
Yep.
The maroon shell pearl, and then the 8mm marcasite.
And the little 8mm marcasite, yeah. And then I took some of the ribbon because I just love it.
Well, it's helped to bring a different feel to the design, doesn't it? And it helps to highlight. I mean, it's more inspiration for anybody who grabbed that kit as well.
And that denim colour really works with this bundle as well.
Brings the kind of lapis blues and the maroons together, doesn't it? So it was a little transition. That was just £9.95. It has got blue in it.
It has.
So you can expect that from producer Dion. If you are new to us and you plan on watching every morning, anytime Dion is producing, expect to see very low prices on your blue gemstones. Amazing deal there. £9.95 for all 3 strands. Just enough time for me to thank all the guys for turning up this morning and putting together the show, especially Deb. She left at 5 AM. Thank you so much. I think everybody's been enjoying your inspiration and your insights, of course, as always. So fantastic design. So thank you, Deb.
Thanks, Ed.
And of course, Happy New Year.
Yes, and to you.
I actually walked in a bit of a stupor this morning. You were like, Happy New Year, Ed. And I was like, what? Huh? I was here till 9:30 last night. Don't move a muscle, because coming up in just 2 minutes' time, that's probably all they're going to give me. Alison and I are going to get the Designer Inspiration up and running. Fantastic inspiration. So stay where you are. We're going to give you excuses to add to that order. I'll see you in 2.